And now, ladies and gentlemen, comic that most of you probably haven't heard of.
Brian Callen.
No, it's
He's kind of a big deal, though. He's
Jo
a little bit of
Koy.
a big deal. Do you know how I know? It's because when we post certain guests on our Instagram, some guests will just say, "Hey, we have this person," and send Brian and Brendan questions. But for you, we go, "Hey, we got Jo Koy coming in. Good douche." Just your fans were like, "What?"
wow, that was it. You
like that? Well, it's because it's nice to hear it. On the other side,
You like to acknowledge that.
Yeah, and you do that. You like to compliment. I think it's because you're
talent
secure.
recognizes talent.
No, what did I say
Game
about
recognizes
Joe?
game.
What did I say about Jo Koy's comedy?
You're like, I'm way funnier. Are you sure you want to have that guy?
No, that's not what I said. No,
You're like, you want another comedian with me? I have to compete?
Ew.
And then he went, bring him. I'm going to embarrass him. I was like, bro, let's
Yeah.
just be friendly.
and then we fight.
Yeah.
No, I said that you are.
No, he said he's one of the best in the
You've
business.
always been one of the funniest motherfuckers on the planet.
Oh, thank you.
I've never seen you not kill, and I'm talking about going back 12 years. I've actually never seen you not destroy.
But then
a
you
room.
gave a backhand comment like, well, because he's Filipino, he's funny. I'm like,
Yeah,
well,
Filipino.
That doesn't even make sense,
Yeah, it
Brian.
doesn't.
Yeah, but
Seriously.
he's like, for a Filipino,
because you guys
it's
have an
funny.
edge naturally, Filipinos, because of all that fast twitch muscle.
Yeah.
That's black people. Never mind.
Yeah. I don't even know where to join in on this part,
either.
but
It's a racist.
It's racist.
We like to draw general racial conclusions based on somebody's skin. And you're half Filipino, right?
I'm half white, half Filipino.
Who's Filipino? Your mama?
It just means my dad was in the military. That's all that means. That's all that means. We don't have to get technical or anything. Air Force. The United States government got me to this country.
Don't make me prove how Filipino
You know where
I
I
am.
was born? I was born in Manila.
No, you weren't.
I was. Lady of,
You guys could be brothers.
Our Lady of Lourdes Hospital.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a real hospital, too. I thought you were going to make something up.
Nope. I was born in
You're
Manila.
Filipino.
I could be if I wanted.
Dual citizenship?
No, you had to pick when you were 18. He's milking a cow right now.
All right, man, but I'm just saying.
Dude, you could get that
Viva los
following,
Philippines.
though. Dude, you could get that following, though, B. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. You want them?
Yes. You can just give,
Yeah.
you can just give me your fan
Oh, my God.
base.
Yeah, it's like 300 pesos. You got 300 pesos, you'll have a million Filipinos on your side. Brian Callen is Filipino. Wow. Spectacular. I always knew it. It's in his beard. That is a Filipino beard.
Jo Koy said, "You've always had such a great beard." I thought he was going to say like act. And
No, it's the beard. But you've been wearing that beard before people were wearing beards. And that's what I respect
I don't
about
know
you.
about that.
The only time you were clean shaved is for the Goldbergs. That's the only time. Anytime, I've known you for 6 years.
As I've gotten older, I've decided to wear a beard.
It never gets bigger either.
No, I keep it trimmed. I get tired of it, and then I trim it, and then I dye it. I've been dyeing my
No,
beard.
you don't dye it.
Sometimes I do.
We've had live shows, and I'm not making this up. Minutes before a live show, he will run into the store to grab dye.
No.
Like, dude, you got to plan better.
Yeah, because I get gray in patches, and it looks like it's dirty. I mean, I just look dirty. I look unkempt.
But I don't even think that's the beard, though. It's just you always look dirty.
You know,
right?
Joe.
Well, you started this whole thing.
No, you
did. Did he not start this?
No.
The minute I sat down, he's been
You with your fucking Rolex, and you rubbed
4
it in
of
my
them.
face.
4.
I did say nice Rolex, and you
4
did say
of
a
them.
4.
I
Four
do
of
4.
them.
This is casual Rolex.
But I feel like you're being competitive
Mondays.
with me already.
No, not at all. I've always been, you know that. I've always loved watching you, man. This guy's.
Is it a
love
competitive scene though? Like
No.
comedy, there are certain guys competitive. And
I think there's certain comics that like to be competitive, and I don't know why. I think that's an insecurity complex,
Yeah.
so they
I've
cast
never
out
been.
hate for some reason. But I think when you're in that lane and you're doing well for yourself, I think there's no reason to.
But also the fact that comedy is so personal. Like when I would watch you, you're not gonna get jealous. It's just, if anything, like if I watch my friends. First of all, the first thing I say is the people that I do stand up with, like you and Sebastian, and there are some great comics out there who are as good as anybody ever, in my opinion.
Wow.
I mean that. I mean, but and so rather than get. I mean, for me, it's just fun to be part of that fraternity.
Yeah.
It's and mainly you're laughing so hard that there's no room for that.
Yeah.
Also, it doesn't mean you can't get yours in a selfish. Like I'm not, because comedy,
Scarcity,
everyone
yeah.
has their lane. It's not like there's only 5 of us.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wait for someone to die. It's like a punter in the NFL. You got to wait until he
Yes.
dies. to get in.
Yeah.
You know what
In
I'm
fact,
saying?
I think that's the only one that you have to wait for.
The only one.
is the
Everyone
punter.
else, yes.
Punter
Everyone else.
and the best kicker. You got to wait in line
If
for
you're
a
kicker,
long time.
Yeah, if you're a kicker, you fucked.
Yeah, you're
They
fucked.
Stay around forever.
Yeah.
Harry's 60. Just
God.
takes the ball. So comics aren't like that. There's a lot of lanes you can be in.
Well, also the struggle to be original constantly or come up. Do you ever find this? Like so I just sold my second special, and now I'm working on my third.
Nice.
And and I know you've had how many specials?
This is going to be my third.
Okay, so don't you feel like sometimes the challenge is not to repeat yourself?
Yeah.
Like thematically, you feel like you're like sometimes as a comic, you get preoccupied on the same thing.
Yeah.
And you have to kind of like avoid that a little bit.
You have to, but then my whole thing is I like to be a storyteller. So it's like, how many stories do I want to give? You know what I mean? Like they always go, "Oh, Joe, you're doing your mom's story again." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's a great story."
Yes. Yeah.
And it applies to my, like it moves forward to my son, and I'm doing a comparison thing here, and not only that, it's original because it's a real story.
It's a real story.
And then I don't have to worry about it being out there and someone going, "Oh yeah, you're just doing blah blah blah. You're just doing
effect now.
No, I don't even like to even get into that like that, but I just want to be out of that. Like I just want to be able, because I've always been a fan, of the Cosby stories and of course the Eddie Murphy stories. You know what I mean? And Uncle Gus and Aunt Bunny and those. When I was a kid, that's what I loved to hear.
That's what I was like too. Instead of like seeing people who are really good joke tellers, I'd rather. That's kind of a trick. It's good.
I love it, but
the stories are better.
I love the stories. I think it's just more relatable for me. I love to just. Like when I get off stage, I feel like I threw my whole life on stage. Like especially when I tell like the really, really deep personal stuff. That's what I'm trying to do on this third special. I was like telling some stuff like, it's kind of taboo. Like I didn't want to say it, but because I knew my mom and my sister wouldn't be happy with this story.
Right.
But when I did it in front of them, they were okay with it. Even though my sister walked up to me and goes, that's not what really happened. And I'm like, well, you know what? We're just trying to be funny too.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking go up there and make everybody cry, Wayne. I have to I gotta put some sugar in it because if I told the real story, everyone's gonna hate this family. Okay? Yeah. We don't want to tell everybody what really happened. Yeah.
It's so true.
Exactly.
Man.
And it's like everything's embellished. Like we know Aunt Bunny didn't fall down the steps 85 times yelling out to Jesus we know that. You know what I mean? But
it's funny.
But it's funny, and that's why Eddie did it.
The visual is funny.
Yeah. And so I was nervous doing it. I remember when I was in Vegas and I had to warm up and do this joke because it was a really personal joke. And then and I did it in front of my mom and my sister. And I was like, before I tape it, let me just see how they react to it. And they were cool with it. So I was like, I'm just going to do it. I have to. I got to put this story out there.
You always go through that.
Do you think you can't worry about that stuff? You know what I'm saying?
I was talking to my other sister. I have my other sister who's adopted, by the way. And I'm closest to her out of everyone in the family, which is the most bizarre thing. And I was talking to her and exactly what you said. I find myself worrying about too many people at times, and I'm like, I gotta stop, man.
You gotta do what's right.
What makes you a performer is wanting to be loved too. I mean, part of being a comic. I mean, is there any starker and bolder example of someone wanting attention?
Yeah.
Like we get up there, but then you have to fight that impulse and try to be original. And when you're original, you might disturb some people.
Yeah.
But do you think what do you think it was about you and your life that made you a comic?
I think being poor and my dad leaving when I was like 10, 11, because we came here, literally military brought my family together, and this is, I always say this to people that I feel like I was one of the first, to come to the States as a mixed kid. It was 1970,
Wow.
You know what I mean? So like, I don't think people can really identify now, but back then it was very like weird to see an Asian mom with a white dad with blue eyes. Sure, and then it was so weird that my dad's side just did not want to do anything with my mom. Wow. And literally that was the divorce. The minute we came onto American soil, my mom's parents stopped talking to my dad. And then it was my dad had to make a decision, and the decision was to go to his side. And
so
he divorced my
your
mom.
mom's parents refused to talk to him.
No. My dad's parents.
I'm sorry,
my white side. Yeah, it's really fucked up, man. Oh, I don't know if I can say that.
You can cuss all you want.
It was really fucked up, man. It was a shitty life, and I hated like not being able to say, oh, I can't wait to see my grandparents, because I never got a gift from them. And when they passed away, I didn't cry. I even referred to them as your parents. I always say that to my dad. I was like, I'm sorry about your dad. I don't say
you didn't
it sucked, and that's why. Yeah,
that's
and it does. And I remember
it is on them. Like, what a weird thing to not want to have that kid in your life.
But Brian, you got to remember, it's that time, man. It's like, you know what I mean? Vietnam, all that shit. That's what brought these worlds together. And it's like, it's not like it is now.
You almost can't blame them.
No, you can't.
My mom's side is from England, and my grandma, my uncle, my grandpa, all from England. they were a little racist.
Yeah.
And it used to drive me nuts.
By the way, not a little, very.
Very,
but it's,
very.
but it's, yeah.
But
I
again,
didn't interrupt.
my mom was like, and I'd get so mad when they'd say bad things, and because all my friends were African American, and my mom like, listen, that's what they grew up with. It's different. They're not as educated as you. They didn't grow up in the same environment. Where the culture they come from, that's how they act.
Dude, even educated. Like I was down in the South. I remember as a young boy, and again, having grown up mostly in the developing world around brown and black and Asian people my whole life. So for me, I was the minority, but I never looked at it as, because I just was exposed to so many
think of
different,
yourself as a cracker.
well, because I was, but also I didn't think of any kind of, you don't have racist thoughts when you're a boy.
Nope.
Because you're around the people that take care of you, the people that teach you, the people that are friends with your parents they're all brown and black and Asian.
Yeah.
So for me, when I came, I went to my friend's house in the South. It wasn't even the South; it was Maryland, and they were telling Negro jokes.
You can say
ninja jokes.
You say
and they were
ninja
using
joke.
the word, and they were
Ninja.
using the N word.
No, yeah,
dude.
we
And I
all
was
figured
like,
it out.
and I remember.
And
just
they're
going,
using.
but dude, it was
I
it was
spell it?
mean spirited shit.
And
I couldn't fucking believe it.
Yeah.
And they weren't that
It hurt your
uneducated,
feelings.
and they weren't that poor, and they were middle class, and I was.
Did anyone ever call you cracker?
Huh?
Did they ever call you cracker?
No.
They used to call me cracker, like as a term, like for it's a derogatory term for a white person. It never bothered me.
Well,
I just
no,
think it was
because-
hilarious.
You're in a position of power.
Not when I was a kid.
No, I'm just saying, yeah.
Not when I was a kid,
But
sir.
but
we're all level play. When you're a kid, there's
Yeah.
no power.
Yeah.
They're more athletic than me. They were the majority. I was the minority. There's no power. But when they call you cracker, like what? What are you talking about? But I'm sure you dealt with that.
Oh,
being
man.
mixed. I mean, I'm sure you dealt with some shit.
Oh yeah, it was. I remember my mom and my sister and I filling out these raffle tickets. This is like when I was in the 6th grade. We were filling out raffle tickets to win a color TV at JCPenney, and I think we like about 1,000 raffle tickets. Like, we're gonna win. My mom's like, we're going to get a color TV. And we stuck it in there, and the raffle came, and we won the TV. And I remember going up the escalator to go claim the TV, and the little kid turned around and pulled his eyes back and went, "Oh, you got a TV." Like, wow. TV. And my mom was just like, "Oh, don't worry, Joseph. He's just getting around." But I know it crushed my mom.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
And his parents didn't do anything. I don't know, but
That's what makes you. That's probably what made you start writing and being funny, right?
I think also just being not able to go out, because when my mom and dad divorced, we were really like
no money,
man. It's like summers at home and stay at home. So I found we did have cable, so I had HBO, and it was like every hour special that came on, it was like I was recording on a VHS tape. You know what I mean? I used to put masking tape over the little square. I don't know. Remember video tapes where you break off the little plastic and then you had to, and then that's the only way you could record over it. And I remember recording over it. Like, I had Superman 3 and it had like Cosby on it, Whoopi Goldberg, Eddie Murphy. It was just all stand
So
up.
you knew from an early age you wanted to stand up. That was going to be your ticket.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
I used to tell everybody, I was like, "Oh, I'm going to be just like Eddie Murphy."
Damn.
Like, it was like
'Cause most
11.
people aren't that way, right? Most comics aren't. They kind of fall into it.
No, I knew.
You're like the first one I've heard that was like, comedy.
I knew it. Because I always knew that, because we were military, so every 4 years we were in a different city, and I always knew that I was going to be the funny one in class. I was like, I'll get friends, because I was nervous leaving my old friends, but I was like, I'll get friends because I'm funny.
Yep, I did that too.
Yeah,
that's how I made friends, because I moved around every year or two to a totally different circumstance. I was like, well, let's see. Here goes. Here's
gotta be funny.
Gotta start making a bet.
Yep,
and
that's
I got
true.
good at that shit, bro.
Oh yeah, man.
Woo!
Joe, did you gravitate towards any sports?
No, I mean, and that's the whole daddy issue I have.
You do it, right? Like, usually when you get in a new school, the way guys, like boys, usually tend to relate to each other and make friends is sports, whatever it's tetherball, tag.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
that's true. Yeah, it's either
usually
sports
physical.
or find another avenue, which is me, was comedy.
Yeah.
Which is the exception.
Yeah, I was blessed to do. I mean, literally, people would gather around me and what they knew I was going to be funny in the classroom. Or my one teacher, Miss Knoyer, used to always tell me, "Last 10 minutes, Joe, and you can have the floor. Just let me get through my lesson." Miss Knoyer, my accounting teacher.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then my first theater that I did in Seattle, the Moore Theater, we went and picked her up and brought her to. Yeah. And I hugged her and I was like, "Thank you so much for this."
That's a great story. I get chills. That's cool,
Yeah. That was the 12th grade. Yeah, that was my senior year when she did that. She was like, because I would always make her laugh to the point where she would cry and she couldn't get through her lesson. And then it got to like the last half of the year. She was like, just let me get through my lesson. And then the last 10 minutes, go ahead. You can go in the front of the class. You can mess with you remember those light projectors? Yeah. And she goes, you can draw stuff on it.
What a wise woman.
Yeah, she was great, man. And she still looks the same. It's crazy. She was so cool.
Nobody tells you that that's going to be a career choice. It's funny how we make a career out of what usually is considered to be disruptive.
Yeah.
Don't be a jackass.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're not going to make anything out of comedy. My mom was not happy with that.
Do you think teachers
She wanted me to be a nurse.
these days, though? Do you think teachers and other people are saying it? Because these days there's so many ways to make money.
Yeah, I think...
Like if my kid's a jackass like me or like you guys... I'm going to tell them, like, there's avenues to make money off this.
Sure.
Oh,
there's so many avenues now. Where before, especially when you guys were coming up, hell no. What are you doing? You mean idiot. Selling car insurance.
You've had
dick
this,
jokes.
You had this later. I mean, you were always a driven guy and did very well in sports and made a lot of money. But there's something amazing about kind of the first time you realize that there is a door to salvation.
Yeah.
In other words, like when I was growing up, I remember watching my dad go to work every day. I watched people go to work every day. And I was like, well, that might be good for some people. But if I have to put on a suit and go to work every day, I might die. If I have to do those kinds of civilian things, I knew from an early age I wasn't cut out for it.
You have to do that, Joe, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Everyone has to.
Everybody
it's not like
does.
you're going comedy, then you're at the comedy store doing, in the main room. There's no way.
No, I'm talking about when you see the door, though, that gets you out of there,
Yeah.
right? So you're like, if I just keep doing this, that door's going to open eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, if you just keep... Yeah, it's a numbers game, basically, yeah. But, I mean, Brian, like, back when we were doing it, I mean, we're still doing it, but, like, that transition part where I was working 3 jobs. Howard Hughes is right around here, right? The Howard Hughes Parkway.
Right there.
Okay, so I used to work at Borders Books and Nordstrom Rack. They were right on top of each other.
Yeah.
So I worked from Borders Books from 7 to 10, and then from 12 to 9 I was at Nordstrom Rack.
When was that? How long ago?
Back when me and Brian were at the Laugh
like
Factory.
20 minutes ago.
Yeah, like 20 minutes. I just got off.
He was killing rooms.
Mrs. Fields
He was
over there.
destroying. He would destroy the Laugh Factory on a Saturday. Like, boom, 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 boom. I said before you got on, I said, if you're gonna follow Jo Koy, you better be.
By the way, everyone
good.
talks about you. I don't know if you noticed. Everyone talks about you.
Oh, that's so
when
cool.
I said you're coming on, they're like, "Oh my god!" Wow.
Yeah, he's
thank
a
you.
beast. Yeah, and you are. But yes.
But that
you were working there.
And I had my son. He was just 1. He was 1 at that time, and I just remember my mom like looking at me like, Joseph, I told you, this comedy, like your son's going to get older. Like, how much more of this are you going to do? Like, literally, just quit. She even gave me money for a car.
Can't blame her. She was worried.
She's like, here, I'll buy you a car. You don't have to worry about car payment. Like, she was doing all of that, and I was like, Mom, you don't understand. This is what I want to do.
Yeah.
I remember, and it's so funny that you said that about Sebastian, because I remember him in his waiter outfit,
Waiter for 9 years.
going
4
up on
seasons,
stage,
right?
and then I was the same thing. I was cleaning yachts on Saturday nights right here on Playa del Rey. They take these Marina del Rey where they take the yachts out, and I had to clean them. And I remember just starting to bust the tables early because I knew the sooner I can get done, I can rush over to the Laugh Factory and literally get up on stage with like taking my apron off to get on stage.
But that work
That's
ethic,
awesome,
Joe, you
man.
have such a work ethic. Like you've been you work your ass off. That's probably where it comes from, right?
Yeah.
You've always had to work.
Oh yeah, exactly. When you see your mom broke, you and everyone else is starving, you don't want to starve. So it's like, how do I maintain this?
This is a fucked up story, and I'll tell you who it is. Well, I won't tell you, but
Do I know who
there's
it
a
is?
celebrity. There's a celebrity I know who grew up poor, and he did very well for himself. And he confided to me, said this one time. He said he was taking a piss, and this guy who was older had always liked him. And the guy came in, and this guy's straight, but this guy came in and goes, I'll give you $1,000 if you let me suck your dick.
No.
Yeah, and my buddy goes,
must
my
have been
buddy,
struggling.
dude, my
Yeah.
buddy goes, my buddy
Lights
was
were
like,
off in
dude,
the house,
he goes, I
no
had
gas.
no money. He goes, I had no money. He said, I really thought about it.
Did he go like this?
He
1,000?
didn't do it. Yeah. Well, he had no
1,000
money.
cash?
What, like 1,000?
And you got cash?
You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of.
Or is it a check for 1,000 and then the memo,
Yeah.
suck dick? Is it which 1,000 is it?
memo,
Is it
got
untraceable
dick sucked.
cash or is it a memo
Gotta
that
be
says
untraceable.
suck dick for 1,000 because you're
Memo,
struggling?
got dick sucked.
Can't be Bitcoin. Can't be a check.
Right, cash, man. I can't have that in the comment box.
Paid to the order of my real name or my stage name? Which one is it?
You imagine turning that check in?
for
Got
letting
dick
for
sucked.
letting 40-year-old limo driver suck my dick.
He did it?
No,
But he was like,
dude, he
battling.
said, when he told me that, I looked at him and I kind of understood everything about why he was successful and why he was so driven.
By any means
I
necessary.
swear to
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
That's another level.
That is.
because you were literally thinking about, and the way he told me the story was, he was just like he was conveying how desperate he was at one point in his life.
Yeah, he's about to let some old dude suck his dick. God, dog. I mean, he was literally like,
First of all, how
"Do
would
you have a gag reflex?"
Yeah.
Man.
I'd have to be like, look, man,
Can we lock this door?
Don't look me in the eye. You got to put this blonde wig on, and I got to look at the ceiling, and you got to shave that beard.
I'll figure something else out.
Wait, I'm confused on the story. So he wanted to suck the guy.
No.
No, it's the old.
No, the old guy wanted to suck
Yes,
his dick.
I'll give you
For
$1,000 if you let me.
Yeah, yeah,
suck your
let me-
dick.
okay.
And he said, "Fuck, I could use that money.
Yeah.
I could really." And he
Yeah,
had to
man.
I
think
bet that old
about
guy
it.
was like, "Oh shit, he's considering."
Yep.
it.
And then
2,000.
I can't do it, and he got out of there.
No, you just can't do that.
Well, also,
You just
I don't
can't.
know how you get it hard. I mean, I guess you think about the money, but
I'd say thousands a thousand, bro. I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck what this thing does. Give me my money first, and then we'll figure
Yeah.
it out.
it's not gay if I don't get hard in
If
your
this
mouth.
thing's like
No,
a
no, not
fucking
at
gummy
all.
worm in your mouth, I still get 1,000.
It's totally cool.
Yeah.
That's totally cool. You just look up the ceiling and go, plasma flat screen. That's what you got to think of, right?
I told you about that.
I'd have to put porn on like that.
Ah.
I feel sick.
There was a guy, I told you this guy in my
sick.
acting class who goes like this. He goes, I'll put your balls and my dick and your dick in my mouth.
I love that story.
He was small and very elegant. And he goes, and he would dress in drag on the weekends. He had a show. And he goes, and he just freaked out for a second. And we were leaving class. He goes, I'll put your balls and your dick in my mouth. The whole thing. I was like, hey, man.
Dude,
I ran away.
That desperation. I remember a guy came to me when I was transitioned from football to fighting. Didn't have shit. My car was about to get repoed. I was living with my brother. My brother's paying all the bills. And some guy, I was this close to doing it for insurance fraud. Told him my car just so I could get a check. But then I looked into exactly what happens if you get caught.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it's not the same as some old guy sucking my dick for 1,000. But I was looking at like, man, I might do it. And I'm a good person, but I was like, fuck, man, I need this money.
Yeah.
I had to do some weird shit.
I had a guy.
Now, if that old guy came and was like, hey, 20 G's to suck your dick, probably do some weird shit,
Sure you're
man.
gonna do it. 20 G's?
I need you to sign a
Come on,
contract.
bro. Of course.
I need cash.
I mean, when it's like I had this, I
Can't have
told you
a
this
beard.
story where I had my friend go, bro, come over here. He brought us over. He goes, guys, come over here. I swear to God, like the genius that he is. He goes, so I got us a way to make millions. So we're like, I got
It involves dicks. Now,
Lots of
hold
dicks,
on.
fellas.
Hold on, Brian. Hold on. I know it sounds. I know
gonna
it doesn't
sting a
sound.
little. It's gonna
Hold
sting a
on.
little bit.
It's going to sting a little. Mouth is going to be a little tight at the end of this.
I have to say, what?
There's several dicks if you want to make millions.
Wait a minute. But who are these people?
Who cares at this point?
you're
We're
right.
going to be shopping by tomorrow. Listen, we need
going to
one.
grocery
Yeah, listen. Here's three things. You ready?
Okay, three.
We need one mouth. That's you.
Okay, why me?
Listen,
All right,
just
I'm
hear me
listening.
out. You want to shop?
Yeah.
You want to
I
shop?
wanna shop, yeah,
All
I
right,
wanna
we need
shop.
one mouth. That's yours.
All right.
You see this line of dicks down the street?
That line?
That's going in your mouth.
Wait a minute.
But listen, I'm right behind you, grabbing the money,
I know, but-
and we split it 20-80.
Wait, bro.
20-80, bro.
Who gets the 80?
You like Gucci?
Yeah.
Of course you do. You're gonna get lots of
I know, but you
Gucci.
want to answer my question. Who gets the 80 and the 20?
I get 80 because I negotiated the deal.
Well,
I picked the
Listen,
7 guys.
Look at the line's getting longer, bro.
Alonzo in the back.
Yeah,
Super excited.
Yeah, Alonzo, put your dick back in. Wait till you get to the front. Brian's
Alonzo,
ready.
you're gonna scare him.
Let's go. We need some double mint gum. You're gonna love this,
what
man.
are these pills
no
and
one's
why am
even
I-
gonna
why
know
am
there
I
was a
dizzy?
dick in your mouth, Brian. Believe me.
Be shopping.
Oh,
Listen.
You just injected me with muscle
Hold on.
relaxant. What's
Listen,
going on?
Brian.
Yeah.
I figured out what's going to be working very best for you.
Yeah?
You're just going to leave your mouth open. I told them don't grab the ear because that would be fucking your face.
Yeah.
All right?
I
just
guess
leave
that-
your mouth open. They put the dick in and then they pull it right back
It's like
out.
a garage for
It's a
dicks.
yes,
In,
man.
out,
But how
in,
long do
out.
they put their dick in and then what?
Until it's done.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which
Until
means
it's done.
lots of icing.
It seems like how much are they going to pay each? Like for
It's 20-80.
I know, how much
20-80
are they
split.
gonna pay for this? Like what? How much is each individual going to give us? How much money?
Okay, it's $10 a person.
$10?
Yes,
Doesn't
so
seem like
it's
a lot of
2 to
money at
you,
all.
8 to daddy over here.
Boy, am I calling you daddy? Oh,
Wait,
no.
you daddy now?
Oh, why am I daddy?
All right,
Why am I
so-
wearing this dress?
So I'm going to start massaging your shoulder, and when I do, start sucking.
All right. Now, why'd you cap my teeth? All right, now.
That was a good scene,
That's
by
a
the
good
way.
scene.
That was a great scene.
Good improv.
Yeah, man.
Good stuff.
Hilarious.
You were good.
Yeah, thank
high
you.
five.
Thank you.
Well, no, my buddy goes like this. He goes, guys, come on over. He goes, ready to make millions? I was like, all right. Keep in mind, these guys are like, nobody here does anything remotely criminal.
Yeah, it's not
I
fucking
swear to
Ocean's
God,
11.
He goes like this. He goes, got my hands on some money, on some paper, the kind of paper they use for money. I go, huh? He goes, yeah, like Federal Reserve paper. All we need is a printer. We print out $100 bills. I go, oh, counterfeiting. You want to create a counterfeiting ring. I didn't know we were in the mafia, but this sounds great. I'm sure we have so much experience in counterfeiting rings. Yeah. And he was dead serious. And I was like, well, no. That's a bad idea because it comes with I think a 20-year sentence. So I'm not going to counterfeit.
It depends what age you're at, and also.
We were all.
Hey,
we were in our late 20s.
Is your friend an idiot?
Yes.
Yeah, because that's
Yes.
the
Most of them
stupidest
are.
story I've ever heard.
Dumbest fucking thing in the world.
Who the fuck gets a hold of federal paper?
Blank paper.
Like that just came out in a garbage can one day, and your
By
friend
the
was
way-
like, "Is that money
And
paper?"
you know what I said when I said that? I go, I remember it's vague, but I think I said that's exactly what my question was. Where'd you get the paper? And he goes, got a guy.
Got a guy.
But did anyone go, where are we going to print this? He's like, Kinko's.
Yeah,
Well,
Kinko's,
that's
bro.
not
Oh
gonna
no,
work.
we were gonna get a printer, and he was gonna do it in his garage.
Yeah, man. Canon makes these new printers. I'm telling you. Yeah, man.
Now-
Good ink is all we
Now,
need,
to pay
bro.
for the printer, we're gonna have to do some suck.
Yeah. Now, we need ink. And the only way we can get ink, Brian, is through your mouth.
Ah, shit.
Please.
Here we go again.
Yes, man. We got some.
All right.
Sucking your way to the
Brian,
Yep.
I got some Magic Johnson knee pads. You remember the ones he wore in the 80s?
Do I?
Get on your knees. This
Do
line's
I?
going to start taking advantage of your mouth. We need
I'm gonna
ink.
suck my way to
The
jail.
Magic Johnson knee pads, they were McGregor's, if you remember.
People,
that.
guys do
Insane.
dumb shit.
It says bike.
Fuck, man.
Well,
Well, I don't know.
what's the worst job you've ever had?
The worst job was, of course, every Foot Locker job that I like, Chance Foot Locker, all that crap. I hated it, man.
Did you work in women's or men's?
Oh, wait a minute. What am I talking about? Nordstrom Rack was the worst. That was the worst shoe store I've ever worked for.
Oh no.
The absolute worst. Have you ever been to a
It's
Nordstrom
a
Rack?
clusterfuck.
Yeah.
It's like it's basically like
The-
the Mad Max of shoes.
It is.
It's like
They
you
put-
find a 13 over here across the stores, a 14.
fucking
It's the
A.
Mad Max of
Yeah.
fucking.
Can I get this in a girl when I was coming to? Can I get this in a 9? I'm like, that's in the jean department. Get over there.
Go find it, bitch.
Go fucking find it. Happy Easter. It was so, bro. Every shoe on the rack would be on the fucking floor.
And they'd
And
ask
it was
your
my
opinion?
job to put them back up. And then the manager would always go, make sure they're straight. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
It was like the Goodwill of shoe. Like they're nice shoes, but there's literally just one. Then you have to go into the slot and ask for the other one. Taking forever.
It was my job. It would take 4 hours to rack and straighten those shoes. And I remember walking down an aisle, right, after I just straightened 2 already. And I go down the other aisle, and this chick is just grabbing from the top rack, putting it on, and then just kicking it off. And then grab the other one, and then, nope, kick it off. I'm like, you bitch.
God damn it.
That's
Put it
frustrating.
back on the fucking
That's the
rack.
culture there, though.
Yeah.
I used to do the same shit.
I worked at
But TJ Maxx,
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I did the same shit.
it's-
Once I quit, I went there and I just tried on every shoe.
it's the culture. You're like, fuck it, here.
Yeah.
He went back there.
Oh, I went back.
And then I
Tried on every shoe. I hate all of these. Just kicked them.
just
Every single men's shoe.
I remember.
I don't even wear a 9. Why am I here? I'm an 11. And then I went down to the 11 aisle and did the same shit
There's
over.
no order. The only order is
No.
9, 10,
10,
11. That's it.
yeah.
Other than that, it's business shoe, casual.
Yeah. You've been in there, haven't you?
racquetball.
Been in it, yeah,
the
they just have 'em all
worst.
on
It's
display.
exhausting. It's like TJ Maxx. I remember my mom would buy shirts from there. And TJ Maxx, you get like polo, but the horse would only have like 3 legs.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like they'd get the reject stuff.
Yeah, theirs was
One
really bad.
sleeve, yeah, it'd always be like, it was nice stuff, but it was on crazy sale because they might have mistake where the left arm was bigger than the right.
Yeah.
It'd still look cool.
Yep.
Like still fit
Yeah.
in.
I went the worst.
Like the sock packet would be like half were kids' socks, the other half were adult. So you had like a
Make
short.
it work.
It was a
Cut
short crew and a
your
tall
fucking
crew.
Toes off.
Yeah.
Curl your toes
Yeah.
up, bitch. Tuesdays are curl your toes days. Sorry about your feet problem. Fucking just make like a Chinese woman who gets her foot bound.
Yeah.
Baby, dude, I worked at McDonald's. Was the worst job where you stand at that counter and you have. I was 17, 18.
17 to 18, not too bad.
It's not too bad,
If
but
you're
you look
30,
at your,
it's
you
tough.
look at your, my back would fucking go, and you'd get guys who hated you, and they'd hurry up with my food, blah blah blah, and you'd give them your food. I'd work at night. People would come in drunk. It was always, and you'd look at your paycheck after 12 hours or whatever, and it was $3.
Yeah, it was
People are
bad.
rude, right?
It was bad.
rude?
The food service is tough.
dude.
Well,
I'd have
I'm
got threatened my
never
life.
rude to any of the staff or anything
No.
like that. Ever. You know this. But last night, I'm on this weird diet. I'm fucking starving. It's Father's Day. I was like, I'm having a cheat meal. I haven't had a cheat meal in a while. So I want Thai food. I ordered Thai food from.
God damn it! Cheat meal is Thai food.
Right? Like
I know, listen,
Postmates.
Jo Koy.
God damn it! My mouth
Postmates,
just
right?
watered.
Yeah.
That's Thanksgiving at my house. Thai food. That's your cheat meal. Holy shit! We're gonna have pad Thai
Not cheap,
today.
not cheap. Cheat.
No, I said that cheat.
Yeah.
That's his cheat meal. But to us, that's oh my god.
It's on.
Yeah.
Dude, so I ordered 2 hours go by. 2 hours. It's like, what the fuck? Or at 7.
Are you being serious?
Swear to God. 9 o'clock, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I call them, and the lady goes, oh, I'm not going to do a bad Asian accent. She goes,
No, do it. Please do it. Just
oh,
do
my
it.
God. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Your order is on its way. I went, well, it's fucking 9. I ordered at 7. I didn't cuss. I went, it's been 2 hours. She goes, it's super busy. I'm sorry. I went, okay, well, can you call the driver? Just let me know where he's at, because I'll go downstairs. She goes, give me 1 second. Puts me on hold. 20 minutes.
No.
I hang up. I call back up, and she answers. She goes, hello. I went, hey, man, you just hung up on me. It's been 2 hours and 20 minutes now. Where the fuck is my food? She goes, the driver should be on his way. I went, he already left. She goes, no, he going to leave now. I'm like, just fuck it. Just forget it, man. I can't have this. But I'm not the type of guy
That
to
drives
leave a
me
Yelp
crazy,
review.
though.
What do you do?
No.
There's nothing you can do.
Sometimes
I was just like, fuck. Man.
Sometimes it's a clusterfuck at that restaurant, and you got to write it off. Sometimes they're
You
just
can't-
having
the
a
issue
bad
is
day.
You can't lie though. Like just be like, fuck, we're busy, man. Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna be in about 3 hours. If you still want it.
Yeah.
Don't lie to me. In
Yeah.
2 hours.
It's gonna be a while. We're going to Thailand.
Yes.
We have to go to Thailand for your food.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Driver just got on a flight to Thailand. He'll be there tomorrow morning.
By
you
Amazon
have it
Rocket.
next Saturday.
Oh, but when you eat it, you're gonna be like, "Holy shit, that good!"
I'll
that
take
just
that.
tastes like Thailand to me.
I'll take that though.
No charge for that.
charge.
No charge. You get a cookie. You get a noodle. It tastes just like Thailand. You're gonna like it. It's worth the wait. It's so worth the wait. This fucking
so
guy's
worth
on a commercial flight to fucking Thailand.
Big bag.
With a thermos. With a thermos.
He's got a bag.
Paper bag. Pissed off at the world.
With a thermos.
Flying coach.
Thermos full of soup.
Oh my God.
You can't do a Yelp review on any type of Asian restaurant. It doesn't make two shits.
No.
They are going to be busy no matter what.
Yeah,
no one reads a Yelp review on a fucking Kim's Noodle Hut. No one gives
really
a fuck. Everyone goes and gets it.
I'm also not
The
the only.
only
When I look at restaurants, I'm not looking at like Yelp review. Here's one. Said it took 2 hours to get their food. I'm not going there.
Yeah, no one gives a shit. The only time Yelp reviews are like, it's got to be like your Cheesecake Factories or whatever, Bodega, whatever. It's that those places you can.
You think? I feel like it doesn't matter.
You really think so? I look
There's
at
not
Yelp.
much you can do.
I look at Yelp. If a lot of people say it's been bad, I won't go. But if it's a Chinese restaurant, I don't give a fuck. You can put a C on the building.
100%.
It could be a C. I don't care. It's gonna. In fact, if it's a C, it's gonna be delicious.
Yeah, I look for
better.
the C.
Yeah, it's gonna be
I wanna
so
a little
fucking
risky.
good.
I want to be a little risky. Yeah.
Well,
I don't mind-
they'll throw everything in there. I went to China when I was 14. This was in 1981.
What were your parents?
I went to mainland China.
No, but what were your parents? Seriously, did they travel a lot? Were they like the Tebow family? Were they traveling?
No, they were. My father
Missionaries?
Tebow was born in the Philippines.
I know. That's why I was like,
No,
they were
not.
missionaries,
No,
right? Like,
my dad was a banker who probably also worked for the government.
yeah.
So
Was he the one that found the money paper? Was this the guy? Was your dad? Was your dad?
Guys, I can
Convince
neither
you to print
neither
money.
confirm nor deny. your questions.
It was your
I
dad's
got a-
stupid ass idea.
I got a friend. He lives in China. He's got to hold us some paper. Listen, son, I know you're 14.
Yeah, Dad.
But
you're gonna
now's
have
the
to do
time you
some
need to
sucking.
learn.
Yeah, when you talk to people that do mysterious things, like I was in Afghanistan, and I ran into this dude who was like kind of long hair and kind of looked like a rough dude, and but we knew he had bullet holes, bullet wounds.
Yeah.
And I knew what they looked like because I had seen them before on a guy I knew back in the day, and I said, "Are those bullet holes? Like it looks like somebody's burned you." Mm-hmm. And he goes, "Yeah." And then I found out that he was some kind of a special forces guy or whatever. And I said, "What did you do when you were in active military?" And he goes, "This and that."
Yeah.
And that's all he would tell me.
Yeah, and that's
You're the guy that asks all the stupid questions.
Yeah.
Sure.
I never do.
I never do either.
Because there's nothing worse. What do you think he's gonna do?
Yeah.
This one here. Oh well, and then go in the story with the civilian.
Well, that's what I was. Me and Dove were hoping.
God,
me and
way.
Dove Davidoff were like, we want to hang out with those guys.
Yeah.
No, you don't. You don't ask anything.
Have you guys been to the? It's in Washington D.C. The where they fly in the soldiers that have been amputees and all that. Have you been to that?
Bradley. That's what's it called? Oh God, I can't believe it.
God,
Walter Reed Hospital.
Yeah. Have you been there?
I've not been there. I went there.
Both of you guys,
I went there
please
in
go.
Afghanistan. I went to the.
Hold on, let's hear about that. So what do they do? What do they do?
You, especially you two, should go. It's just you'll see these kids that have been, Afghanistan, Iraq, and they're just arms are gone and legs are gone, and they're rehabilitating, doing physical therapy, and they literally want to just go back. They just want to go back because that's all they know.
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah, but they also want to tell their story, and they need people to say it to, and they don't. Yeah, man, they would love it. Like I literally cry. I had to go into the hallway and just start crying, man, because it was rough because. Then you really appreciate the military. Like I always appreciated the military because of my stepdad and my dad. You know what I mean? Like, but man, when I went and saw that, I was like, God damn it, these kids, man. There's kids over there, man. And
but it's also the price they pay, and I think a lot of people be surprised. They also it's their choice, and they want to go. They want more. Like they want to go back. Like they take honor in it. Yeah. The UFC sent a few. Misha Tate, myself. I forget who else was there, but we were in Seattle. And they brought us in to sign autographs, talk to some of the wounded veterans. But they had these soldiers tell their story first. So they all gathered around. They told their stories. I mean, they're missing limbs, horrible shit, man. And they're telling us all this stuff. And they go, Brendan, tell me your story of success.
Oh, Jesus.
Whoa. I in front of everyone, UFC, I went,
no. I got cauliflower ear.
I went, no. I'm not going to stand in front of you guys and tell you this fucking story. It can't compare, man. If you guys want to talk, I'll be over here, picture, whatever. I'm here for whatever you want. This is my story. This seems super silly.
See, it seems trivial.
Oh, I was like, what? Yeah. What are we doing? No. Like, I'd rather talk to you guys. I'm not going to get up here and tell you.
There's no reason to hear this.
When we were in Afghanistan,
hey, check it out. Misha Tate. Big ass
me, Sam Tripoli, Steve Byrne, and Dove Davidoff went to Afghanistan, and we went through the hospital at that, at one point, and it's humbling, man.
It is humbling.
It's very, very hard not to break down, man. It's very hard not to have a fucking meltdown because I almost did.
Oh, I did
several times.
Oh my God, man! The one that got me was he was a Green Beret and he was 22 years served and he went back it was his last. What is that called when they take him back? Last tour. It was my last tour. Went back in, but the way he's talking. I went back in. It was my last tour, blah, 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 before retirement. And his wife is right next to him. He's missing both arms, one leg. I'm like,
both arms and one leg.
Both arms, one leg.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, man. And I left. I was like, I can't. I was like, I left.
You feel like you almost feel like you're letting him down because you can't do it. But I don't know how to deal with it, man. Like, you're
not supposed to.
The other thing is I don't know if you ever done this. You wanted a game changer. Go to the children's hospital and go to the emergency ward or where there's kids where they have cancer, surgeries, and there's little babies. Even now, I get emotional talking now because I have a baby now. But and there was a camera crew with me, and they go, before you go in, here's the thing. They have the UFC video game. They play you as a video game character. They know who you are. You're Superman to them. Superman doesn't cry. This is this dick telling me.
And then he went like this.
Dude,
okay.
He goes, Superman doesn't cry. Don't show him.
Yeah.
Everyone sees him.
Somebody says that, you're going to start crying.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was like,
I'm crying right now.
I was like, no problem. First one, going there. 2-year-old got caught in something, missing arm, leg, can't leave the war. And then I almost cried there. I'm like, all right, I got this, man. I can do this. Go to the next one, little girl in a bubble. And she had 3rd-degree burns all over her body. She can't leave there because she's allergic to something. And I started bawling. I'm like, I can't do it.
I mean,
I can't
fuck.
do it.
Yeah.
If I can't cry, I can't do it.
I think we all need to do that. I think everybody should just go.
I think that
just go and visit.
Agree, Joe. I think that part of that is like when you see, it's so important. Part of this happened with me growing up overseas, right? At seeing real poverty, seeing real disease, seeing things like leprosy. It's very. This is gonna, and I don't mean it to sound this way. I think honestly, and I don't mean to single out someone like Dan Bilzerian. I'm just using him as a very stark example. I'm sure he's a great guy. Blah blah blah. I think my emotional and visceral reaction to when I see dudes spending 125 grand and bragging about it on a private jet with their girl, like they've accomplished something. I think I'm not saying it's fair, but my visceral reaction
is that guy?
Yes, is because there's so much misery. At least be aware that you're making, in some ways, you're celebrating this excess and yourself, and just be aware that you are a very small.
He doesn't have that view, though.
He doesn't have that view, and I'm not saying he needs to. I know.
No, I hear you have that opinion because you've seen it.
It's just my emotional.
A lot of people, especially you're in your own world. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he's giving back to this
selfish.
charity.
Yeah, maybe.
But he's never been to Afghanistan, so he just doesn't know.
Yeah.
And for him, it's like.
I'm using him. I'm just singling him out.
No, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, he's kind of, whether it's him or someone else. I think that's where I go. I feel like at least forget that. Just seeing a girl who thinks she's super hot and she's a starlet, or some dude who's super vain as an actor, and he's just wearing this and he's great and fabulous. And we've all gone through that as young people. But you kind of want to go, dude. If you came into contact with a hospital like you're talking about, if you came into contact with objective reality like that, where you saw the suffering of people firsthand, it would only take a day. I think you're right. I think it would be impossible to celebrate that hard. It would be impossible to be that happy with yourself and where you are, because you would feel you feel so lucky. You should feel lucky and feel like it's like by the roll of the dice you got there. Yeah, it takes work to get successful.
Do you think if they saw it though, they'd realize how lucky they are and need to
if they were compassionate and had imagination, they would. Right? So I think if you have the imagination, the compassion, the empathy. See, compassion and empathy are where you have to be imaginative in a sense. You have to say, well, what would it be like for me to be that person? I can imagine seeing someone I love die or be sold into slavery or whatever.
You know what the thing is, though?
Be.
It's human nature to go, I'm here, that doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the majority.
Because it's not specific.
Goes, I don't have to deal with that everyday life. I live in Los Angeles, California. I'm doing my thing.
My dad said that to
lucky.
me. My father said something really interesting. He said that when there was a landslide in Sri Lanka and something crazy like 50,000 people were killed. And then he read about these, I think, 7 Marines that were killed in combat. And it was this mishap. And he said, because he was a Marine, he goes, I read about those 7 Marines and it ruins my goddamn week. I read about the 50,000 Sri Lankans and it's a headline. It's a story in the news. Right. So we all have that. We don't react viscerally and emotionally unless it's something that we've been through and touched. But I do think that going to hospitals, going to another country, even reading history or the newspaper, I do think it makes you more compassionate. I do think it makes you more aware of how lucky you are.
Yep.
I do think it makes you more humble.
It's so funny that you said that because Apple to App, he's in the Black Eyed Peas. He's the Filipino guy. We're really good friends, and he flew me out with several other Filipino entertainers, and they paid for everything. You know what I mean? Because it was to promote tourism.
If that plane goes down, the Philippines is fucked.
Done. We're done.
7.
That's it.
They still have Pacquiao.
That's it.
No, Manny Pacquiao was the pilot.
Manny Pacquiao, yeah, he was flying, but he had boxing gloves on. He's like, I don't know if I can do this.
He was the singer. He was singing on it.
I got to hear about this. Keep going.
But no, he flew us, and the reason why it's so funny that you said that, because I was just talking to my sister about it. It's like we're trying to promote tourism, and they did have beautiful places, like 5-star resorts, and just people, massage, come to your room, just everything. The food was just everything was just, it was, no, but you know what I mean. It was 5-star.
Oh, sorry, I don't know.
But then we had to drive through this fucking slum to get it. And I told my sister, I was like, Gemma, man, it was like as much fun as I had, like to go through that and then live my life like I'm on the sandy beach and eating a fucking lobster in the morning.
It's all fake.
But then I had to drive back to the airport. You kind of just want to kick your dick. You know what I mean? Like
you just closed your eyes.
Yeah.
Why me?
Yeah.
Why'd I get so lucky? Why me?
But I will tell you this, and I'm not trying to brag or boast, okay? But I did donate a lot of money to the Philippines.
Good.
We built about 4 schools so far. Wow. So I did one show at the Treasure Island. I donated all of the money. That was, you know what I mean? So
it's cool, man.
Yeah, man. It's
you're doing your part. You know,
yeah.
There's only so much you can do. You're doing your part.
Yeah.
You're doing your best.
So,
which is more than what most people can say.
But I think everyone should go visit.
But you also
just go and visit.
You also did the Philippines because it affects you.
Yeah.
Filipino, you come from, right? You're from there.
My mom.
So it affects you exactly. It's a saying. This might sound bad, whatever. But like on CNN, when those Orlando shootings happened, it was like, God, that fucking sucks, man. But then when that singer died a couple of days before at a meet and greet, Brian and I do meet and greets, so it hit me harder.
It hit me too.
I can relate to that.
I remember that.
We do meet and greets. And I called Brian right away and went, holy fuck, man. We have strict security, very strict security. I went, how do these girls not have strict security like us?
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Not everyone's as fortunate, man. But that hits home because I can relate to that. I can't relate to being in a nightclub getting shot. It fucking sucks. More people died. Same thing with your dad in the Marines. I was like, man, that sucks. But this hits more home, so I gravitate towards this.
You know what was really significant about the Orlando shooting, though, is that because we started with shows like Will and Grace, and because gay culture has kind of like become mainstream, people now, most neighborhoods, you know, what you think of as conservative, they had sort of a vigil for all these gay people that had been killed. They weren't gay people; they were Americans.
Yeah,
it's better. It's not where it's at.
Better, but man, I promise you, 20 years ago, it would have been, well, those guys are all gay, and so you know that lifestyle, probably some crazy gay. Now instead of going, they're all gay, now we go, like all my friends were all like, what a fucking tragedy. Nobody talked about them being gay. We were like, all those innocent people.
All
those innocent people killed. That's kind of how we're talking.
Don't be a meathead.
Right.
Yeah,
the conversation is changing.
It's 2016. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Dude, I watched this thing. It was on Vice called Vice Essentials. And they have, this is nuts. This dude has basically a camp where if you're gay, you can go to, and they say gay is a mentality. They can change it. This was run by all gay guys, former gay. They were so gay.
They found God.
They were so gay that they were saying, it helped me. I'm just not into
I know a kid. Anymore. I know a kid who went through it.
You should see this. Then they talk to the expert.
I'm not into dicks anymore.
Yeah, I'm not into dicks anymore. Bullshit. When you see these guys, it's so obvious that they're all fucking each other still.
Dude,
they're putting this message out. But then they have this doctor. He's like, I'm a psychologist, blah, blah, blah. I have all these credentials. And really, gay's a choice. This is 2016. How's that guy even alive?
My friend Grant, he dates this buddy of mine, and
he's gay.
He had to go through gay camp. Yes, and he's real good looking, like this really good looking.
Yeah, sure,
my buddy's a lot older. I was like, dude, you're a fucking. He goes, I know. This guy's really young, and my buddy's like 50, and he's dating this guy.
Who went through the gay camp? Your older friend?
No, the younger guy. He'd gone. His parents put him. They were really religious, and they put him through gay camp. And he was just like, I got to get the fuck out of here. So he comes out and he's like, Mom, Dad, I'm cured. I like girls now. Got himself a girlfriend. Meanwhile, I was like, see you later. Sucking away. Fucking guy. He's like, great. So he got a fake girlfriend just so he can get the fuck out of gay
Dude,
camp.
I used to go to this Bible study, and I was talking to someone, and I went, so you're telling me if you're gay, you go to hell? And he goes, that's what I'm telling you. I went,
pretty much.
Not
only hell.
Never went back.
Not only hell, gay hell.
Gay hell.
And that's worse than regular hell.
Sodomites?
I'll tell you that much.
It's in the Bible.
Yeah. These are demons. Demons that like to fuck other demons.
Demons.
They're going to fuck you hard.
They got muscular bodies and big old dicks.
Oh, my God. Big. You think these dicks are big now? Huh? Brian, look at this dick over here.
Oh, no.
How big is it?
I don't know. Is
it pretty big?
That guy has horns and a tail.
Yeah. Well, imagine even bigger with fire semen coming out of it.
Fire semen.
You ready for that?
That's going to sting.
You fucking mouthful of sin.
Why do I have to do this now?
Well, welcome to gay camp.
Ah, shit.
You're not going to go there.
All right, I guess I'm not.
It's Scared Straight. It's just demons.
It's called Scared Straight.
Scared Straight.
Jo Koy stars in gay camp.
Hey, I'm not gay anymore. Saints
Scared
gay
Straight.
camp.
Scared Scared Straight this fall.
That's right. Brendan
This
Schaub.
fall.
Brendan Schaub is the enforcer.
All right, who's stealing the dicks? Here.
I am.
What about this demon dick?
Yeah.
Never.
He's going to hold you guys down and teach you a lesson by rubbing up on you. And don't try to get away because he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Uh-oh.
My aunt was my sister, my mom's sister, my Auntie Lynn. She passed away, but total butch. I like the way you said that. She passed away. Yeah, but I loved it, man. She passed away. But she total butch. Wore her hair like
Shaved head?
Yeah. Oh no, but with the part like that. Real cool.
Oh, she went full blown.
Oh, she was cool as shit, man. Smoking
great.
Marlboro Reds, just straight up. Joseph, don't worry about those girls over there, huh? They're setting up girls out there. You know what I mean? Like,
wow, badass.
but the cool thing was that
Thick
she
crowd, I assume.
she had 32 waist, and she wore the same Fruit of the Loom as me, right? Ooh. So I used to, when you're that age, you just like when your underwears are dirty, you just go and find some more underwear somewhere. So I grabbed my aunt's underwear. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Put them on, boom. Friend seat in the locker room. Who's Lynn? I'm like, that's my aunt. Oh, why is her name written in your underwear? I'm like, fuck! God damn it! I need to go to gay camp.
I gotta go to gay because I dress up as Lynn sometimes.
I'm Lynn. I'm a gay Filipino woman. Shit,
Lynn.
Dude, you know why I think we don't make fun. We joke about gays and dicks, stuff like that all the time.
Yeah.
But I had this terrible story. I hate to bring this down. We'll go into current events after this. I had a cousin who was gay, and he got beat up and killed on a bus in Denver because of it, because he was gay. So whenever people talk about, that's why I get so I don't get offended, but it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
What do you mean? You're gonna beat someone up because they like sucking dick? It
doesn't affect
you.
Beat up and killed.
Killed.
Yeah, that's where it gets bad.
Yeah, man.
And yeah.
Thanks for bringing it down.
No.
Scared Straight this summer.
Scared Straight.
Scared
the
Straight.
point of that story is carry a weapon.
Yeah.
Weapon.
Let's go to current events with Evan the Cub. Speaking of gay, just kidding, buddy.
Yeah. Oh wait.
Yeah, I'll do my best to bring the.
Hey, hold on, real quick.
Joe likes
Let's get it.
girls.
What'd you guys do for Father's Day, Ev? What'd you do? What'd the whole Rodners do for Father's Day?
The old Rodner clan had a little pool party, barbecue at the family's house.
Your dad,
nice and low key.
Papa Rodner barbecued.
Yep.
Pop take his shirt
He's
off.
a simple guy. He just
Grilled
likes
that
to kick
meat
back
up?
and barbecue on.
He grilled that meat up.
Yep.
He put that meat on your grill.
Oh, sure did.
How old is Pop?
I see where you're going.
How old is Pop? How old is your dad?
My dad's 54.
Good looking dude.
Yeah, he's in shape. Mm-hmm. Man's got
He's
some guns.
still married?
Huh?
Still married?
Yeah, him and my mom been married for like 30 years.
He's got some money.
Your mama better hang on to that.
Yeah.
Did he make some money?
Well, you know what? His mom's probably
He does
got.
all right, yeah.
Mom's probably got a nice little thing down there
we haven't
going
seen
on.
the mom.
It's keeping
we've never
daddy
seen
around
the
for
mom.
30 years. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You got a picture of your mom?
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me see
Not on
mom.
me.
Hey, let me see your mom, bro.
Not on me, but
Bro,
sorry.
go ahead and bring mom up on the internet, why don't you? Why is she with Jo Koy?
Your mom on Instagram? I'm gonna slide in them
Can we
DMs.
can we Google mom?
No, I don't
we
think
Google-
so. I don't
Google-
think, I don't think
Google
she's gonna come up in
pics?
the old Google machine.
By the way, when Jo Koy comes off stage, does he get a lot of attention from
We call them laugh lizards.
Yeah.
Filipino?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a nice, diverse crowd, though.
Are you
Filipino women
married?
are hot, dude.
Yeah, they are hot.
Oh,
Joe, are you married?
No. Divorced. But good mom. Best friends, man. We live right next to each
Baby
other. I moved her
mama.
right next to me.
How old's your son?
He's 13.
that's awesome.
And he's at home right
dope,
now. But
you
it's
have-
cool, man. Me and the mommy are great friends. I didn't want my son to feel the way I felt when my dad wasn't around. So I do whatever it takes to keep mommy right next to me, man.
Good for you,
Yeah, we were hanging out until like 2 a.m. last night. All of us. Her and her
amazing,
boyfriend,
dude.
me and my son. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, man. Always.
And okay.
That's real.
Plus, my son loves mommy's boyfriend because he works on motorcycles. He's an
Like a
ex
guy's
skateboarder.
guy.
He's an ex skateboarder, so he
Like
loves him. man.
tattoo shredded.
Yeah,
It's
yep.
nothing like you.
Does
Yeah,
that-
yeah,
does
yeah.
that-
Huge
Does
dick.
your son?
Yeah.
Nice,
That, well, hey, hold on. Hold on.
Hold on.
Scared straight.
Yeah.
Does your son?
I'm going to gay camp.
going to gay camp.
Finally, gay camp.
Yay!
Is your son aware of that you're a beast and what you do? Is he proud of?
Oh yeah. I bring him on stage, but you know what? He's still the kid, so he's like he has his superstars. You know what I mean? Like we were walking down Fairfax and YG. rapper saw my son was wearing his hat, and then he high-fived my son.
Damn, that's cool, man.
Yeah, because he was rocking his hat, and then YG smacked his hand, and he was like, so cool. And I swear to God, I'm gonna say this. He goes like this, "Hey, little nigga," and he slapped his hand. Said that to my son.
Did he recognize you?
And that was the coolest thing my son has ever. He couldn't wait to tell all his friends that
that's
he called him
deal,
that.
Man.
Yeah, he goes, "YG just called me a nigga."
He just dropped an album today too.
Yeah. 2 days ago.
2 days ago, yeah.
Yep.
I'm sure your son has it.
Oh yeah, he's already got both.
And dropping the N-bomb all over the house.
Oh man, but he's telling everybody, "You're not gonna believe what YG said to me. It's the coolest thing."
That's cool, man.
Yeah,
What do you get? I sure imagine you get your share of recognition from. Did YG recognize you?
No.
That would have been cool.
Well, he's a young
gangster
rapper.
Yeah, but Joe Koy's pretty. Joe Koy's pretty.
Well, my favorite was Drake. Drake was kind of cool when he said something to me. So that felt good when he came up and goes, "Hey man, I love your work, man. You're very funny, man." So that felt good.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
Big Boy from Outkast. That was really cool when he tweeted it out that I'm really funny and loves my work. So
that's dope.
That's cool.
No, that's what
and those are my heroes. You know what I mean? Like, and the Music Soul Child actually came to my show and went up on stage and sang. So it's kind of cool
That's so cool. By the way,
yeah, because you don't know who's. Oh wait, I got to tell you this story, please, if you don't mind. There's a swimmer. I did a joke on my first special about Michael Phelps and you remember the relay, and there was the black swimmer on the team.
Yes.
And how we were in the lead until the black swimmer jumped in and lost the lead, right? Of course he did, right? And I did the whole joke, blah blah blah. Anyways, for years I'm like, Michael Phelps didn't see that bit. There's no way. I hope to God he didn't see that bit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Cut to me in North Carolina. This just happened 2 weeks ago, and I'm on stage, and I look to my left, and I'm talking to this couple. And the guy goes, "Yeah, man, you made fun of my friend swimming because he's black. He's swimming." So I have no idea what they're talking about. I'm just thinking it was another city, and I made fun of him. I did crowd work. He goes, "No, this is the Olympic swimmer that was on the team. This is Evan." And I'm like, I go, "You're kidding me. You're the one that."
That's
you were on the relay team. He goes, "Yep, that was me. I'm the one that blew the lead." And he says he watches that bit all the time, shows everybody, and it just like, I didn't know my comedy reached that far, but it was like, wow, man. Plus that team was historic. You know what I mean? That was Phelps's record breaking when he got all the golds. Well. So I was just like, holy shit, he did watch it. Yeah, they're all coming back. It's the same team.
But the big deal is Phelps is back because he took a bunch of time off. He's with the same coach. He just had a baby. He's a beast, man.
Yeah, he's in beast mode right now.
The funny thing is that I don't give a fuck about swimming. Gets too much attention in the Olympics.
No, not Michael Phelps, man.
No, it was. Man.
I go buy a fish for $3. It beats him. Here's the thing, guys.
I know, but you play tennis, so it's hard to take you serious.
My tennis is. If you see me play tennis,
I'll crush you in tennis.
Do you play tennis?
I'll crush you in tennis.
Dude, you want no part of my forehand.
Tennis, but I mean, I'm pretty good at tennis.
Do you play a lot?
Yeah, I'm horrible though. I mean, I just want to do the challenge just to do it.
You can't just challenge me. I work hard at it.
I don't really care, man. I'll fight you. I don't care. You'll knock me up. I don't care. As long as I'm up for a challenge. I don't give a shit.
Dude, I move you can't.
I know. I'm
like grabbing water, bro.
I know.
They call me
You're like a piranha.
You guys would
I don't even know what that means.
Couple of mid-40-year-olds compete in tennis.
All right, dude. I'm late 40s, so let's start with that.
Yeah, I'm mid-40s. So I got you on that.
No, how old are you now?
45.
Oh yeah, I'm 49.
Yeah. No, you're not.
I know. I look good.
You've always had that look, though.
Yeah.
How about we film ridiculousness today? And Brian goes, they go, "Do you guys need makeup?" And I go, "Yeah, I need makeup." Brian goes, "I don't think so." It's, "You need makeup."
He literally goes, 100% you need makeup.
Who the fuck do you think you are? Tom Cruise
picks out my outfit. He goes, "What are you wearing?" I get a text. I go, "I don't know, a t-shirt." He goes, "No, you're gonna wear a button down. You're gonna roll the sleeves up. You're gonna wear your greats. You're gonna wear your sneak jeans." He manages my image because I'm an idiot.
God for you.
It's a big deal.
Yeah,
dude,
it is. Image is everything.
I got to give it up. My boy here has changed my career. I met a UFC heavyweight who's done more for my career than I did in 20 fucking years of grinding out here.
Isn't that great?
This motherfucker is a
just
beast.
Need a vehicle.
And and our podcast, everyone's like, "Your podcast is so huge." I go, "I know, but you can look at that guy right there because that's the guy who's the engineer."
That's so cool.
And I'm just a silly goose.
That's so cool, man.
Businessman.
The funny thing is, you didn't think you need makeup.
I know.
That's so cool though that you recognize that
Dude,
too,
he's a
because
beast.
that's also something that's
pro athlete work ethic. It's crazy and a marketing freak.
But you know what? It's cool that you say that because a lot of us hate to compliment somebody else for their personal gain.
Not me.
Especially in this business, man. I always give it up to everybody that's
well, he's also
giving me
funny,
that.
by the way. He's also got a great sense of humor. It's not just that.
No, but it is hard for someone to take on that, like what you just did right there. It's like, yo, I'm 25 years in grinding, but I owe it all to this guy. And of course, you are a compliment to the show. You guys are hand in glove.
Oh, it doesn't happen. Yeah, there's no.
But
I don't have to get punched in the face anymore because this guy, dude. We're in Chicago or Boston, and I got on the mic and because I do like 10 minutes stand up before Brian comes out. I do 10 minutes stand up, and I go, all right, ladies and gentlemen, Brian the Kid Callen. And but this time, and he didn't know I was gonna do this. I go, before I bring Brian out, and I told him the story how he saved my life, and I don't have to fight anymore. And get punched in the face.
Yeah.
And I started. Start of the show. You can't start the show crying. You got to end it crying. I was like, this next guy, come on. God damn it. And I just like, I
remember that. I remember that. That was great.
Anyways, let's go to current events. What do you got,
I'm
Evan?
sorry. We sidetracked on that.
Man.
All right.
Are you kidding me?
Let's,
You're a beast on the mic.
Let's kick it off
Jo
with
Koy.
the biggest story going on in the UFC world right now. The rumors floating around that the UFC is pretty much 99% of the way there to being sold.
It's a done deal.
From what I'm hearing.
Wait, they're selling?
From my sources, and when I say sources, I mean guys who are balls deep in it. It's done. Done deal.
Wait, they're selling to who?
$4.2 billion.
But who are they selling to?
They're selling to a combination of WME, William Morris Endeavor Agency out here, WME IMG,
what an amazing pickup by William Morris.
Wanda Group, which is a Chinese capital firm, and the Robert Kraft Group and Tencent Holdings. So basically a bunch of just gigantic financial players, and then the agency being WME.
Interesting.
Here's a question for you. So real quick, you want to talk about business savvy. This is how good the Fertittas are and Dana. You got to give credit where credit's due. They bought the UFC. Do these numbers. They bought the UFC in 1993 for $2 million.
They buy it from the Gracies?
No, they bought it from, I forget the guy's original name.
$2 million.
Art Davey, right?
Yes.
But who created? Didn't the Gracies?
Art Davey and Horian Gracie created
it.
Now they bought it for $2 million. They just sold it for $4.2 billion.
Yeah.
So you want to Dana and the Fertittas, business masterminds. This is the other side of it. The Fertittas are businessmen. They're not fight men. They're not in the fight business per se. They own casinos. That's how they made their money. So $4.2 billion. They take this money. Their number one passion, don't get it twisted, besides casinos, is football. Now the Oakland Raiders want to come to Las Vegas. So I think the play is
Oh
there.
my God! If they
Oakland
do
to
that,
Vegas
that's going to be the most amazing move ever.
How much?
And here's it. Can I give a little dime for you guys?
Please.
Buy property in Vegas, because if that happens, it's over. That Vegas market is going to explode, especially if they get. I think they're trying to get a hockey team as well.
Yeah, because they have the.
But if they get,
got it.
it's they got it.
They have
Pretty much,
they have the
Yeah,
T-Mobile
man.
Center there now.
Yeah.
That's going to be the first time gaming is going. Are they allowed to bet though? I think that's the.
Who's allowed to bet?
Like, are they still allowed to bet on these teams? Because that's the big problem.
Who allowed? Oh,
People.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But it's so weird to have a team, a Las Vegas Raiders team, and you're allowed to bet on
you
them.
have
And I
UNLV
feel like
there?
they're. But that's different though.
College?
No, because you know what I mean. The money is Super Bowl. The money is that's where the big money
but
is.
you also have the UFC there. That's their home, and you can bet on that.
Yeah, but I feel like
And there's a Nevada Commission.
But but I'm still that there's
It's
a history
tricky.
of NFL. NFL's there's a history.
tricky.
It's a
I
part of
agree,
American
brother.
history.
I agree.
You know what I mean? The gaming has always been like a big no when it comes to professional sports, and now here it is in Vegas. I'm from Vegas, and I have a restaurant in Vegas. My family lives in Vegas. Nothing more. This is something I've been wanting since, you know what I mean, for the longest time.
What's your
I've been wanting a
restaurant in
professional.
Vegas?
It's called Yoje Shabu Shabu. And please, you guys, whenever you guys go, I'll fly you guys out. I'll do whatever it takes to get you guys into my restaurant.
I'm getting free meals there.
Please,
What kind of fucking food, bro?
It's a Japanese shabu shabu where you take the meat,
serve me
you
my
boil it in
food.
your.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah, man. 9440 West Sahara.
Hit them
Go.
up. The thing with Vegas,
Go to
I
Yoje.
got into this, not got into, but I had a discussion with my tattoo artist, Freddie Negretti. He's from, he's the biggest Raiders fan of all time. And he's like, bro, I can't wait for them to come to Vegas. And this was before. I was like, no, it's stupid, man. He goes, Why is it stupid? There's so many diehard Raider fans. He goes, think about it. They only play 8 games in Vegas.
Man.
So they have to sell that stadium out 8 times.
8 times.
You don't think everyone from LA, San Diego,
Bro,
Oakland,
it's going to be, it is going to be a vacation thing that everyone does. Every game is going to be a vacation.
And it's the AFC West, so people from Denver have a reason to go to Vegas.
Yep.
Kansas City,
Yep.
San Diego.
It's going to be huge.
It's going to be, they're going to, and all, again, if you think of NFL 16 games, all they have to do is sell 8 fucking stadiums out, which they can easily do.
Easy.
I didn't even think of it. My issue
God.
is it's for that new rookie who signs the $20 million contract. Now he's in Vegas.
Yeah.
That's
What I didn't understand is why did LA get the Rams and not the Raiders? I don't get why. If they were still,
it's a bit Kroenke with his investments and building the stadium and.
Man, I wanted the Raiders
Me
to come
too.
to
I want
LA
the Raiders.
so
I
bad.
didn't
It's
want
just
the- I
that
didn't want
name
the
is
Rams.
synonymous with the Raiders.
I
It's
agree.
the Los Angeles Raiders, man.
What is your team? Do you have a team?
I'm a Seahawks because I'm from Seattle. My childhood was in
Hey,
Seattle.
bro,
And then,
pick a state.
well, okay.
You just said
Seattle?
Vegas, not Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle?
Then you- Then you claim the
All right.
Philippines.
Just because you're an MMA bro doesn't mean I don't know how to fucking talk. All right, listen, bro. From 10 to like 20, I was in Seattle, Tacoma, Washington, and that's where my depression was. So that's where I got my comedy chops and all that.
Yep.
Then we moved to Vegas from right out of high school. So from there all the way until like my 30s.
Oh yeah, so
yeah.
you can claim both.
Yeah, but not only that, the reason why I love Vegas so much is that's where I got to become a comedian, man. I got out, I was depressed in Seattle. It rained every day. There was nothing to do. I always was inside. Moved to Vegas, money. You know what I mean? I got the best job in the world. I was making $15 an hour.
What were you doing?
Yeah, who cares, man? I was selling
Working
whatever. Yeah, you
working
work in
in
the
the
casino.
casinos,
Didn't
so many
matter, man. I
jobs.
was behind the front
MGM.
desk. I was a hotel room referral. I was
There's so
working
much
at the
shit to do.
yeah, dude. I was making $16 an hour at the dolphin habitat, Siegfried and Roy Dolphin Habitat.
Sick.
And I was like, I couldn't believe how much money I was making. I was making enough money to where I could support my stand up. You know what I mean?
Right.
And renting out theaters. Do you know that that's what I used to do in Vegas? I used to rent out theaters and fly out JB Smooth and Bobby Lee and all these. Yeah, man. I used to go to Kinko's and print my tickets and cut them and sell the back of the tickets and get advertisement on the back of the tickets. And that's how I paid for comics to come fly out to. Because that's how I had to pay for the theater.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the only way I could do stand-up. So that's why I love Vegas so much,
We
man.
got your boy JB Smooth coming on here. So.
Oh, dude, I got videotape of him from 20 years ago.
He makes me laugh.
Oh, dude, but I mean, I remember bringing him out. This is 20 years ago, bro. And before all the curb and all that stuff, you know what I mean? And I remember my dad watching him going, who the fuck is this guy? Yeah. This guy's amazing. Like he's never seen anything like that. You know what I mean?
I didn't know you did that. You've done so many.
Oh
things.
my God, man!
hustle,
I used to
man.
rent out a theater. I remember taking on. It was called the. Oh my God! What's the name of the theater? Anyways. Oh my God! I'm so mad that I can't name the theater right now. But I used to rent this theater out all the time, and I remember signing the payment, the contract, and it was like $1,200 for this theater, and I was like, how the fuck am I going to pay for this? You know what I mean? Because it was 600 seats, and I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to pay for this theater? But I didn't care, man, because I knew if I sell it out, I'd be able to perform in front of 600 people.
Yep.
I got some comics that are going to kill. You know what I mean? And then I got stage time. So I didn't care,
cool,
man.
man.
Yeah.
Hustling. Do you ever worry that your son, now that he's growing up with money, is not going to learn the lessons?
No, I asked my son that now. It's like I don't know why he's such a humble kid, man. Because if I had a dad that that had money like me and able to do the shit that I do with my son. Man, don't believe me. I would tell everybody. I would tell all my friends.
Right.
But it's so cool, man. He's got the same Vans. I can't get him to buy a brand new pair of shoes to save his life. He gave away his PS3 and his Xbox the other day to the housekeeper.
Good kid.
Yeah, to the housekeeper. He was like, Dad, I don't even play them, so just give it to them because it's just sitting there.
That's cool,
So we
man.
gave it to our housekeeper and gave all the video games and. I don't know, man. There's something special about this kid. Me and the mommy always said, like, I think this kid saved our life because I think I would have been just like a road comic that didn't give two shits.
Like
My hustle would have been hard.
Yeah, where you're and also when you are the end all and be all of everything. That's what kids did to me. Like they kind of make me think so much
Yep.
about, like, I take things into consideration I never would have. And you can it's easy to get selfish.
Oh, yeah.
my God,
Oh, man.
Just chasing your appetites, pussy and
Yep.
food. And
Yep.
you would get particular about your
Oh, dude,
appetites.
come home at 3 in the morning and you were good with the 400 you made, right?
Yes.
And then the girls.
And by 400, he means 400 grand.
400 grand.
No, you know what I'm talking about. When we
100%.
$400 was a lot of money for us.
Fuck yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it
But
didn't
now I'm
matter.
like, fuck you, man. I need 85% of the door, and I'm gonna buy my ads here.
Because you're
and I'm
always
gonna
worried
sell
you're
it.
not gonna. It's gonna end. This
Hell
whole
yeah,
train's
man.
gonna
And I'm
end.
gonna go shake hands with every fucking person. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes, I do that too.
gotta do it, man.
I'm a man of the people. Sorry.
Where did that go? I'm sorry.
Evs, but
I keep doing this.
With the UFC, I'm assuming they buy it. And from my understanding, they own this new group that bought it. They own 100%. It's not like a rev share deal. It's not Dana owns 10, Fertitta's own 12. There's none of that. They own 100%. But Dana's still going to be involved somehow, because whenever companies take over other companies, they don't kick out the management. You have to come in and learn the ropes, and then I think over time you slowly phase that old management out. Have you heard that, or is there any?
Yeah, I mean, I
details
don't
on
know
that?
I don't know about the phasing him out part, but from the reports that have been made public, that's essentially what I've heard is happening. That everyone's gonna kind of kick rocks except for Dana.
And
yeah,
because
we'll see what
most
happens.
times when companies come in, let's say they bought Facebook or something like that, you're gonna learn the ropes. You're not gonna kick out the old regime right away. You're gonna learn the ropes. But I bought it for a reason. I have different ideas you're probably not on board with. I'll take it from here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's interesting.
I love the fact that it's at where it is right now. It's such a machine. It's like a household name. It's like the iPod. You know what I mean? It's like iPod. It's like UFC. It's like it's handing.
getting there.
What would you do? What would you change if you were the new
exactly
buyer?
what they're doing. I think
What do you mean? Exactly what they're doing? Selling it?
selling it.
No, but what
Really?
would you do now? That
I would sell it because I think.
What I'm saying is, if you had
I
control.
know. Check this out, B. I think, and people are like, oh, Brent's such a hater. I think Dana's taking it as far as it can go. He's done a great job. He's been charismatic. He's been passionate about it. But if you want it to be a legit sport, you're going to have to bring in some straight businessmen who aren't going to think with their emotions and are going to be very calculated, create a fighters union, a commission. We all work together. This Reebok deal fucking kick rocks. This is screwing over the fighters. We just can't have this. The octagon looks like a NASCAR, but the fighters aren't getting paid as much. You have a girl who just won on Saturday, and her first Instagram post was, I'm broke. I'm dead broke, man. You just can't have that.
Yeah.
So with this new management coming in, they're going to make it more of a business, less WWE. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm not knocking Dana. I think what he's done with the sport, no one else could done. He fucking ran with it. He's made $400 million. I'm giving him all the props in the world. It's brilliant. But now you need to come in and you bring in the business minds. Go, all right, how do we make this more legitimate, less WWE, and how do we make sure we take care of the athletes?
Yeah.
Because
So important.
we have a legit business here. We have a legit business model. But what they're doing now, I mean,
It hurts my feelings.
Certain people can't eat. The Reebok deal, it's a terrible deal. I know. They want to make it a legitimate sport by signing with Reebok, but that was the wrong plan. That's a disaster. Let's figure out how we're gonna make this better. And then what's Fox do? Because they have how long till Fox? Two more years. So that continues, and it's gonna be interesting with this new management what they do with it.
I got a friend. I don't mean this. John Cruz Tuck. He's a fighter, and he fights UFC.
Fiver, I think. Good.
Yeah, he's a really good fighter. He just fought John Cruz Tuck. Yeah.
John Tuck.
Yeah.
Word.
John Tuck. You know John Tuck?
I've
Yeah.
heard of
He's
him.
from
I don't
Guam.
know. Yes.
And
Stud. Really good.
Very
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
fighter.
He's a really good fighter. But and I always, I sponsor him and stuff like that. And because he said the same thing, man. He's like, dude, this is going to help me eat while I train. And I'm like, God damn, dude, you're training for a UFC fight right now. And you're worried about eating? Yeah. I felt so bad. And then,
It's unbelievable,
he
right?
also told me, like he's got an Instagram post of his foot after a fight where it looked like a flipper.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the flipper when you go scuba diving. Like that's what his foot looked like. And he goes, I had to keep fighting, bro. Like if I would have lost this fight, I had to keep fighting. Even if I lost, I had to show that I can still fight because.
See, but the thing is, you look on ESPN, you see Conor McGregor, Brock Lesnar, you're like, oh, UFC's killing it.
Yeah.
I get that, man. Those guys are the 1% of 1%.
Yeah,
the
man.
The rest of those people, that girl was on the main card. She's supposed to put, I'm broke.
Fought a great fight, too.
And she's pissed she didn't get the performance bonus. She's like, dude, I'm fucking broke because I didn't get the performance bonus. So you see things like that. I think a legit company's going to look at it like, we can't have this. If we want to be taken serious, we just can't have this. We got to figure some other things out. And they're going to look at it as not such a vicious promoter view, which Dana is. Again, he's a promoter. He is what he is. He did a great job. But you're going to get in a real business-minded person who maybe they have some NFL background, NHL, NBA, and they know how it works. It's give and take. Otherwise, you're going to run it right into the ground.
And by the way,
a ship that is sinking.
And by the way, I don't know Dana, but I've been such a fan of the sport. Like, I've been a fan since when I saw Hoist on Morton Downey Jr. show. I don't know if you guys even remember that talk show, but I remember him standing there in a gi, and they're saying that this guy just beat up a whole bunch of different martial artists, and it was on a thing called UFC. And I remember running to the video store to go rent that thing and fell in love with the Gracies. And I remember Dana White in a scrawny suit and his skinny little body with his shaved head going, we're trying our hardest to get to Vegas. They won't let us in Vegas. Like, people got to remember that this guy was eating mayonnaise sandwiches too. You know what I mean? Like, they made they bought it for a cheap price, but I mean, this guy's hustle and grind. No. It was a long journey to get to where he is right now, man.
Props up, but at the same time too, again, someone's going to come in with a level head and not have the same emotion that Dana ties to the sport, very Don King-ish.
Yep.
And is going to go, all right, man, that reporter said a bad comment. We can't ban him for life.
Yeah.
You can't do that because then the general public's going to revolt again. You just can't have that.
Yeah.
It's not North Korea.
We need consistency.
We can't do
you need
this.
Consistency, right?
Brock Lesnar wants to fight. Cool. He has to give us a 4-month notice, just like everyone else. And test. You can't do that. Conor McGregor backs out. There's going to be some penalties. Like, there's going to be strict. You can't run it like the boys' club and expect to compete with the NFL, NBA. You just can't. You can't.
So then, okay, I don't mean to do this, but what about the Diaz brothers? Like not Nate, but Nick. Like Nick Diaz. Like, he's been banned for how long now?
He's back,
it's his see, that's the commission though. That's not Dana. That's the Nevada Commission who banned him for testing positive for marijuana.
But then why was it different for Jones?
For Jones, again, so he tested positive for cocaine out of a fight. He didn't test positive during the competition. So it's different.
Okay,
penalties.
so then that's
was the commission. That's going to upheld.
Because I saw that and I was just like, don't get me wrong, I can give two shits. I love both fighters. I was just like, I wasn't understanding the penalty. I was like, is it because Jones can make 300 million for the UFC? Because
Nick's second offense, I think. Yeah.
Because I mean, before Nate, Nate was still just a dreamer. Like, I knew Nate was a badass, and I even said in the green room when we rented it, I was in Dallas, in Austin. I go, Connor better not go to the ground, man. I swear to God, if they go to the ground, it's a fucking wrap, bro.
The thing is, and
that's exactly what happened.
To the UFC's defense, like, in any professional sports league, you play favorites. Like in the NBA, LeBron James gets calls, other players don't. You just with John Jones, he's your best fighter in the world. He T-boned a pregnant lady, broke her arm, ran away, ran back, grabbed cash, then ran off, and he's fighting in the biggest UFC of all time, UFC 200.
Yeah.
Now, if another guy, which like Brando did, a Brazilian guy who's a 145er, he beat up a guy with a gun at a strip club, they cut him the next day. So you play every sport does that. So the UFC's defense, there's always going to be that.
Well, you're going to be loyal to the people that generate the most revenue. That's just capitalism in the marketplace.
Hollywood's that way. Entertainers,
Sure.
There's entertainers who fuck up, but if they're a mega movie star, Johnny Depp beats his wife, that motherfucker's making Pirates of the Caribbean 7 right now.
Until you start
Johnny
costing the
Depp
studio
beats his wife. Hollywood makes a movie called Johnny Depp Beats His Wife.
100%. Starring Johnny Depp.
And his wife.
And his wife.
I swear to God, Oscar.
100%.
Yeah. First and foremost, I like to thank my wife for letting me beat the shit out of her.
100%.
And we come out hating his wife, even though only Johnny Depp.
Critics go, you know what? Johnny Depp was good. Wife didn't sell the role.
She wasn't good.
Didn't sell a role.
really
didn't look
upset.
like she was getting
and
beat.
shouldn't have talked back. Honestly,
Yeah, to be
She
honest,
overacted. I got to be honest. Overacted
Yeah.
that part.
did he beat his wife, or was it just him?
No,
throwing
no,
the
hey,
phone?
B, don't defend him. Yeah,
I'm asking. I don't know.
Don't defend him.
I
You do
didn't
this all the
follow
time.
it. I didn't follow
No,
it.
I do. He's in trouble. He's in trouble.
I didn't follow.
He's hurting. Yeah.
Because I heard.
You always defend these
No,
guys.
I saw some
Yeah,
stuff.
you
I saw some
Don't do
stuff
this.
on the YouTube that said
On the YouTube.
on the YouTube.
This is how I know you're 50.
When did you
On
become?
the
When did you
YouTube.
become my mom? That's
No,
how
I
my
saw
mom
some
talks.
stuff on the YouTube.
Joseph, I've been telling my friends to watch you on the YouTube.
No, I meant there was a title that says Joe Rogan says something that
Joe Rogan
yeah,
says, and that's your.
and
that's where
I
you
get
your
all
reading
my
material?
information from Joe Rogan.
Don't. No, he's in trouble, B.
Is he?
What else you got, Ev? Yeah, she has videotape.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah,
Damn, Johnny.
pictures and
Woo!
yeah, it's not.
I don't follow pop culture, man. I'm just asking a question, guys. I'm just asking
All
a
right.
question.
Well, next thing we got to talk about, maybe you guys heard about this over the weekend. I'm sure at least Joe and Brian, this kind of falls into your world.
Yeah, me and Joe Koy.
Anton Yelchin, the actor who's known for his roles as the Russian guy.
Alpha Dog,
Star
son.
Trek, Alpha Dog.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's great in
that.
Alpha
Such a
Dog. He died over the weekend in a fucking freak accident.
How'd he die?
He
His car.
He drives a Jeep Grand Cherokee, and he threw it in park. Got out of his car to go get his mail out. The gear shift just must have shorted out, or
Or did he leave it in neutral?
or he fucked up and left it in neutral.
He
They're not
left it
really
in
sure right now. They're looking into it. But either way, the car rolled back, nailed him because he never thought his fucking
Oh,
Jeep.
man.
was
So
gonna
it was
come
on
after him.
like a
It was on
hill and rolled
Yeah, it was
down?
on a hill. Jeep rolls back, hits him, pins him up against the wall, and who knows how long he was there before he actually.
Oh my God.
Great way
only
to go.
child. Only child. His parents were both Olympic figure skaters from Russia, and it was on Father's
He's
Day.
a phenomenal actor.
Are you being
Phenomenal.
serious? It was
Really
on
good.
Father's Day?
Yeah, that was Father's Day, Sunday morning.
Sucks.
Ah, man.
It's
So
such a
he
bummer.
put his basically.
He was going to
He
rehearsal.
probably put in. Yeah, he's going to rehearsal. I saw it. He's basically put in neutral. Got out.
That must
That doesn't make sense because if you put in
would-
neutral,
it would've
as
rolled
soon
back.
as he put it out,
It's rolling already.
Well, that's why they think that he might have had it in park, and it was his car was actually part of a line of Jeeps that got recalled for having electrical issues.
They are going to sue the fuck out of
Yeah.
Chrysler.
And there's no sign of foul play
no.
at all.
No.
That's such a bummer. Oh man.
Because that's
What a
just
shitty way
sounds
to
like
die.
it just sounds so weird.
Yeah, it does.
It does. Even electrical doesn't sound like
agree.
that would pop it into neutral.
And
It's a hard thing. That's a manual thing to do.
And plus, for it to go downhill and him not to hear it or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the New York Times published an article that said the Jeep that crushed Anton Yelchin had been recalled.
They're
Oh,
so fucked.
oh, they're fucked. There goes
but
Jeep.
Not if they sent out a disclaimer and said, make sure you turn your Jeep in and we'll fix it. And he just never did it. Then it's on him,
Even
right?
still.
Yeah.
Even still.
I don't think so.
You can kill him. For
Nah, you'll still get them. Yeah.
Oh my God.
How that thing got past inspections, I don't know.
Somebody's getting a lot.
They'll settle,
There are a
yeah.
lot of zeros in that check.
It's not money, though, huh?
No.
Can't pay for that.
Yeah, my kid's done.
It's like they're saying how that family, the 2-year-old where the crocodile in Disney World, he got attacked. Like, dude, that family's going to get paid.
Doesn't
They
matter.
don't give
Who
a
cares?
flying fuck.
Yeah.
You give them $44 billion. They're miserable for the rest of their life. It's over.
It's done.
Yeah, it's the
Money
worst.
doesn't heal shit like that.
No.
Nope.
Nope.
What else you got, Ev?
All right, next one we'll talk about is George St-Pierre announced that he's completely ready to go, ready to come back to the octagon. He announced it today.
Damn.
At 170?
He's like, I'm totally ready to go. Yeah, 170.
Dude,
Donald Cerrone, GSP.
How old is he?
He's pushing for Bisping GSP.
Well, he
wants
asked
title
Bisping to
shot.
fight him.
And Bisping wants it too.
So
Bisping
GSP
wants either GSP or Hendo.
GSP's going to fight at 85 then.
Only, well,
I guess, yeah. I guess if you were to fight,
That's
if you were to fight Bisping, yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah, well, he'd
Is
have
he
to.
small for an 85er, Brendan?
Not that small.
No, 'cause
Not
he
that
walks
small.
around at what,
And it was
195?
a beast for him to make 70. And with this new IV protocol, the 85, I didn't see him at 85. He's faster than all those guys we just mentioned.
He is?
I think, I mean, they both.
Well, you
What do you
would
love
be the
about GSP?
GSP would be the favorite in both those fights, even though he's had a 20-year layoff.
What do you love about GSP? I always ask
everything
people,
great.
what do they love about GSP? I even question BJ Penn's statement in some type of interview where it was like 5 fighters in a panel and GSP was at the other end, and BJ goes, man, like you know, like he pointed at GSP and goes, one of the greatest, and I'm just like, I don't know, man.
You,
like,
sir. How dare you?
I just don't get it.
Well, this is the
he
thing.
beat
Well,
everybody.
I don't know, man.
You know how Jamie Foxx is good at everything: comedy, acting, you name it, drama, can play everything. GSP's, he can literally do every single thing at the highest level and put it all together.
Yeah.
And he was the first real athlete in MMA to set the blueprint for the rest of us.
Okay.
He went, all right, I do this on Monday, I do this on Tuesday, I do this on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So he created the blueprint. He was like our Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Like he was the guy who was like, this is the business. If you want to be professional, here it is. Oh yeah, I'm also the first guy to sign with Under Armour. I'm also the first guy to do commercials for this. Like he was the first guy to be really mainstream, make it a business, but also not selfish and set the blueprint.
Yeah.
And had a team.
And I think
he had
that
sports psychologist. He had nutritionist,
dietitian, would get massages, would do gymnastics.
But he also you have to remember, he also fought everyone. And I'm from Carlos Condit to everybody. To Josh Koscheck, that made monsters.
Yeah.
Beat them all.
Yep.
Beat them all.
The knock on GSP.
I think what it is I'm not a fighter. I'm just talking from a fan perspective.
No, that's
it was
fair.
just like
because when you were watching the sport, he wasn't George Rush St-Pierre anymore. He was George calculated, kind of boring decision.
Yeah.
GSP. And I love GSP. He's a brother of mine. Love him.
Yeah.
One of the biggest influences in my life. But Rush St-Pierre went away when he got the title. There's no more Rush. It was calculated George St-Pierre, which good luck being that guy.
Yeah.
Anderson Silva would finish you. GSP would find a way to basically
dismantle
win
you.
this fight and dismantle you. Yeah.
But a lot of times it wasn't that exciting. But when he fought Jake Shields in Toronto in front of the biggest live crowd of all time at the time, I think Ronda's beaten Australia, but in front of, I think it was 65,000 people, sold out arena.
Jesus.
I was at the top meeting with a sponsor before, and it was so high up, you couldn't tell who was fighting. It looked like two ants.
Wow.
Yeah, and when he walked out, I got goosebumps. The entire stadium was just like, boom.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Amazing.
He was like Tom Cruise.
He's God.
We would go to like a barber shop and people would find out I was there and he couldn't walk out. They had to go out the back. Like it's George St. Pierre.
Yeah.
There will never be another George St. Pierre.
But he's Montreal, right?
Montreal,
Yeah, Montreal.
But still, he's George St. Pierre.
Montreal.
Can I ask you what's your favorite UFC fight of all time?
My favorite?
Yeah.
Fighter.
My favorite fight, Frank Mir versus Brock Lesnar. Because,
that was good.
Because I think
Because of the hype behind it.
represented, like, dude, he's a martial artist, like Brock Lesnar. And this come from a guy who came from more Brock Lesnar than Frank Mir. But Brock Lesnar came from the WWE and,
Lots of hype.
That always will be fake. I don't give a fuck
Yep.
what you guys think. That's all fake. They do get hurt, but it's fake. It's not what we do. There's nothing on the line like what we do. It's not the fucking same. It's not a sport. It's basically stuntmen and their entertainers, their actors that they get wear and tear on them. So when he came over, although he was a legit wrestler, I felt like it was us versus them. And Frank Mir, it was like, God, man, how's he gonna win this? And when he submitted him, I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. I was in Arizona at the Super Bowl watching that.
I remember when Brock came at him, and I think they threw him up against the fence, and just the way the whole fence moved. I don't think I've ever seen that.
This is
and
also
I was like,
Uber Brock. This isn't Brock now with all the testing. This is Brock.
oh, this is like testing.
This
This
is
is the
Brock.
getting.
This is Bane from Batman. Brock.
Yeah.
Push the button and that's
Yeah.
Brock.
You're saying that there's a chance before he might have been doing
Oh yeah.
I'm
supplements.
telling you, I'd bet my son's life on it.
But that was I get what you're saying. That was kind of crazy to.
Hey, man, that was intense.
I get what you're saying. Like it looked like he was fighting like this cartoon
Yeah,
figure
you
of a
didn't know how
guy,
he was gonna win.
and then he submitted him, and I was like,
Frank
oh, that was
Mir,
so
man.
cool.
Like Frank Mir is the UFC. When he retires, there should be a statue of Frank Mir outside their new UFC fancy fucking place in Vegas. Like it should be a Frank Mir statue.
My favorite fight was Carlos Newton versus
Old school. Man.
God, from the Militich family, the
Matt
champ.
Hughes.
Matt Hughes. I went to that. I went to that
nice,
fight, and I got to
Golly, that's a long
I got to eat with Carlos after the fight.
Nice guy.
Yeah, the nicest guy. But it was just so funny because it was such a new, UFC was still new. No one knew fighters and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So at the end of the fight, the fighters are walking
With the fans.
and no one's even saying anything, because they don't really remember them. And I just remember I was such a fan. I ran up to Carlos. I was like, "Yo, dude, you won that fight,
Such a
man!"
badass, yeah,
I go,
man.
"You won that fight," and he was like, Yeah, I mean, he was so nice. He didn't
So
care.
friendly.
He was like, yeah, but I mean, you know, I was out. I didn't even know. Like, it was
He's so
crazy.
friendly.
I woke up, like, his voice was all high, and I was like, yo, dude, this is
Nuts.
crazy. And then
Nuts.
we got to eat right outside the restaurant.
remember when
one of the best nights ever in my life, man.
Rogan and I back in the day when Randy Couture had fought Vitor Belfort. And then after the fight, you're all just hanging around. And
Yep.
Randy's there
No
in a
one's
pair of
bothering,
like,
right?
he's
No
in
one's
a pair-
bothering him.
No, he's in a button down with a pair of like khakis, and he's just sitting there drinking a beer and just hanging out. And they said, yeah, Randy Couture could really box. And they said, and I go, do you hear what they said about you? Man, he was just right there, just like regular guy. I go, I didn't know you could box. He goes, he didn't die. It's kind of crazy, joking around. Hey, he was one of the people, you know.
Yeah.
But
You know
now,
what's weird to me is I was with Rogan somewhere and we were eating and Alex Rodriguez. This is a year ago.
Yeah.
But because of Alex's history and stuff, he was with 2 straight dime pieces, mind you, and he's worth $1 jillion. But not one person went up to him. I was blown away.
Really?
Not one person. I was blown away by that. Place was packed. Not
I wonder
one
why that is.
single
But
person
A-Rod
approached him.
A-Rod's pretty big.
I love A-Rod.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if there's a needle hanging out of his neck.
Yeah.
He's hitting home
No,
runs.
he's
Yeah.
great.
He's one of the best of all. They were all doing it.
Greatness.
He's one of the best of all
Yeah,
time.
they were all doing it at the same time.
great.
So
He's just the one who got caught.
He got
I remember
caught.
looking at him just.
well,
being
they all got caught. He's the only one that just didn't want to admit to
Yeah.
it.
I remember
But-
looking at him just being like, "Fuck, man."
Yeah.
Like, do people just they hate him? Why?
Why would you
know
hate
what
him?
entertainment he gave?
The
you
knock on
fucks?
Alex Rodriguez
Yeah.
was always that during the playoffs he would choke. They would always
He
say
showed
that
up,
about
though.
him.
I mean, he's
it's
not
like
an all-star.
it's like one of the
But
greats.
that's not why they don't go up to him. It's not because he was a choker. If it was anyone
But what did
else,
he do that was so bad? He never seemed to be a
It's
dick.
steroids. No, it's steroids. Steroids. It's all the steroid stuff.
Oh, God.
Like Barry Bonds, unless he's in
Well,
San Francisco, he's not going out.
They
I don't
also
think
made
that
him
way
out
at
to be
all.
like this guy that loves himself too much, and I think a lot of guys hate on him for that.
He
I think
never
he's
was-
because he's good looking.
Yeah.
There's money. He's dating Cameron Diaz.
Yeah.
Then the steroid thing. So it's like if you're
jealousy, right?
if you're a dude who's insecure and you see A-Rod, tall, fucking
He looks like
handsome,
he's been dipped in gold.
one of the best baseball players of all time.
Yeah.
Yep.
We all know he has $1 jillion in the bank. He has a gold Rolex on.
Nice guy.
Then he has 2 dime pieces. Oh, and he happens to be
Yep.
nice too.
Yeah.
So if you're a dude who hates life, or in your
Yeah.
mom's basement with Cheeto fingers jacking off,
Yeah,
his
yeah.
highlights, you're like, fuck that dude, fuck that dude,
Yes,
fuck
you're
that
right.
dude.
Yep.
You're right.
And dude, I'll never forget that. I remember turning around and being like, I told Joe, I went, there's fucking A-Rod, man. He goes, who? I went, Alex Rodriguez, blah, blah. And, like, literally my favorite baseball
No,
player.
it's a
And I was
big
like,
deal.
Why is no one fucking.
It's a
How's he
big
not
deal.
getting harassed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was this in LA?
No, Vegas.
Oh.
My
Well,
fa-
yeah, it's kind of the same deal as LA then. They get
But it's
started all
kind
the
of
time.
weird
Like,
that no one
wouldn't
walked
like
up to him
this
because
shit.
A-Rod's the kind of guy that walks in and you know that's A-Rod. Like he's that
But
recognizable.
in LA, like, people get harassed still all the time.
my dad is never starstruck about anything. And we were in Dominican Republic at this resort playing golf. Rodriguez walks in. And I saw my dad kind of revert. My father's a huge baseball fan, but
Yeah.
he just reverted back to his childhood.
Yeah.
Where he goes, what that guy can do is 1 in 50 million, 500 million.
That's an
Yeah.
lifetime aspect.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like he said, you're looking at a 0.001 percenter, and he was explaining statistically how special he was.
Yeah.
Which I was a little ignorant to. I know how great he is, but it was just interesting.
Oh, he played for the Mariners.
You've
Oh,
gotta
dude,
give
when
it
he
up-
played for the
but you've
Mariners,
gotta
that was
give it
my
up-
favorite.
You've got to give it up to
Yeah, he is,
anybody
yeah.
who's that good at something, right? You have to give it up to anybody, in my opinion. There's nothing wrong with being odd, and I think you gain more from being odd.
He's not
Be
odd,
inspired
but
by
he-
that.
But he's
Be
not
ins-
odd. Alex is the outgoing guy. He's
I'm
not
saying
odd.
there's nothing wrong with being awed by
Oh, you're
somebody who's
saying
that special.
being in awe.
Yes.
Not being odd.
Yeah, I'm awed by it.
Yeah,
So
being
Odd.
in
Yeah,
awe.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I thought you were saying odd.
No, odd. Like, whoa, what the? There's nothing wrong with that. And you should always hold a little of that. When you see people that are that special, okay, maybe their personalities have a flaws, but when you see somebody who separates themselves to that degree,
It's like Lance Armstrong.
be odd.
Yeah.
Even now, Lance Armstrong's fascinating.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I don't
It's
give
okay
a
to
One of
be
my
fuck.
one of my favorite documentaries, by the way, was that Lance Armstrong doc. I was
Didn't see
like,
it.
this motherfucker went all out to do that.
Oh,
you
you're
haven't
talking.
seen it?
He threw.
Bro, you gotta see what the
By
fuck he
any
did.
means
necessary. Bro, he
friends,
Life
family.
and death. Life and death.
he didn't give a fuck, bro. He
All
didn't
he
give a
gave a
fuck.
fuck
He
is about
didn't.
winning.
He did blood transfusions, bro. During the fucking race, as they were about to test, and he didn't give a
Inside
fuck.
a vein.
He's like, take all of my blood out, save it, give me new blood, test me, and then give me my old blood because I got to finish this fucking race.
Oh, and that
Wow.
night,
That
and,
shit.
And that night, he was
Gangster.
doing so much blood doping, he'd have to wake up halfway through and ride his bike because his blood would thicken.
Yep.
Huh?
Bro.
to win. Oh, and everyone else was doing that. He was just the fucking sheep for everyone. They had to go down to 18th place to find the guy not doing it to give him that fucking yellow jersey. So fuck you.
Yeah.
If you don't like Lance Armstrong, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. I love that guy.
Me too,
I
man.
fucking, he's a piece of shit, but goddamn, he can ride a bike.
I don't want him as a friend, but that motherfucking ride a bike.
I listened to him on Rogan, and I read his book. But I listened to him on Rogan, and it was interesting. It was very, it put more of a human face on him. It was interesting.
He's a crazy motherfucker, bro.
Critical.
That guy woke up with he woke up with he was born with 2 wheels underneath his legs. That's all he was meant to do in his fucking life. And he was going to do whatever it could take. That documentary was crazy.
Well, he said he hated his, he said he took it so seriously on Rogan's podcast. He said, I hated my competition and I couldn't lose it afterwards. I had to feel that way about my competition. I had to hate them, and then it would get so deep for me because I'm so competitive that I couldn't let it go after the race.
You didn't watch the documentary?
No.
You have to watch the documentary because the fucking guy got away with it. It's him coming back is what fucking killed him. He went back to the murder scene.
Yeah.
It's
like OJ coming back and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah. And holding the glove in his pocket, like.
So what would he do? What do you mean?
Where did she die?
Yeah, right here.
And just laughing.
What?
What?
Yeah.
Did the knife look like that?
Yeah.
That's the shit he did. That's the only reason why he got caught. The fucking guy got away with everything. He would be a part of fucking biking history, and that record would have never been touched.
He would be the biggest.
He would be the best athlete
right now
of all time.
So wait, why did he get caught?
He went back. He came out of retirement. He thought he was so untouchable.
Oh, shit.
He had a personal problem with the one reporter that was on his nuts the whole fucking time. That he said, you know what? I'm going to come back and show you, you motherfucker.
That's his competitive side.
That I did it legit. Even though he knew he didn't do it legit, he wanted to come back and show the world that he did it legit and still do it not legit.
Fucked him.
And he got caught.
Dude, speaking of
that's amazing.
Documentaries, have you been watching OJ Simpson 30 for 30?
Oh, fucking
it just
A,
finished.
man.
Did you see it?
I haven't seen the 30 for 30, but I was addicted to the series on, what was it, FX?
People versus
Oh
OJ
my
Simpson.
God,
No. This 30 for 30, it's a 5-part series, will knock your
I
dick
can't
in
wait.
the dirt.
Oh, I can't wait. Is it? I'm addicted to
I haven't
it.
finished part 5. I haven't recorded. But it's fucking mind blowing. All the stuff they have.
Yeah.
It's pain. Like everyone's like, dude, all right, enough with OJ.
No,
It's the
there's
same way.
not enough. There's not
Like,
enough.
you see the twist this guy in the details and the cops talking to OJ's friends. It's fucking.
And he comes out as a real son of a bitch.
Yo, you're like, oh my god.
That guy's a cocksucker, man.
They have a part where his friend, who's also a cop, was friends with Nicole. Did you see it? And he was like, they want him to testify. He's like, I can't testify against OJ. And they're like, well, no, the relationship between him and Nicole. The prosecution, like, we need you to testify. He's like, I'm not doing it to OJ, blah, blah, blah. And then he saw Nicole's diary or something. And he was like, you know what? The right, I won't be able to live in myself if I don't tell them what I know about Nicole and OJ because he did it. Wow. So when OJ went to his house, he's like, you believe this shit? And he's like, yeah, I do. And left because then they wanted to talk to him. He was like, I can't talk because he didn't want to fuck OJ over. But he knew he did it. So he sees something with Nicole. It pulls a heartstring on his heart. He's like, fuck it, I'll do it. The picture of her dying. Like her being hit so hard that severed her head.
Yeah.
Hit her so hard,
Yeah,
severed her neck.
Yep.
So he saw it, was like, fuck it, I got to do this. He gets up there, and they were asking him questions. OJ's defense team was. And OJ threw this motherfucker under the table. And this one, it clicked to the guy and went, oh, shit, no one's safe. Because OJ was like, I'm fucking jumping ship, and I'm bringing everybody with me, including you, motherfucker, my best friend. Because he had his defense team go, didn't you have a thing for Nicole? Did you not write Nicole this letter? Were you not obsessed? And just all this shit. And they made him seem just like this fucking horrible person that no one knew this stuff about him. He was an alcoholic. He would have a drink every night. Him and Nicole would have drinks together. And OJ just ratted him out. And he went up there and they just destroyed him where his testimony didn't count. And he said he looked at OJ, he was like, this motherfucker, no one's safe. So they had a bunch of other witnesses, and after he went up, they're like, fuck that. We don't want to deal with this. So fuck the whole case. Because OJ was just like, fuck you. You want to get up here? Watch what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And he was whispering in Shapiro's ear, like, you get up. Weren't you an alcoholic? He's like, well, yeah. He goes, you have a drink every night, right? Yep. Oh, and then you and Nicole would do this, and stuff only OJ would know. And
that's so crazy.
literally, this guy's testimony. See ya.
See you later.
Jeez.
Don't you have
See
a
ya.
knife collection? Huh?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Knives only made for murderers? What? Huh?
Daggers?
Yeah.
Daggers only? Daggers
Yeah.
and throat
Would you
cutting?
not jack off to Nicole every Wednesday night? Did you not tell OJ that? And he's like, it was personal shit. Only me and OJ talked about. OJ ratted it.
Wow. That's crazy.
And so these other personal people who had these strict ties, Nicole and OJ, were afraid to go up.
And
So
now-
he
and
went
now-
and fucked the case.
And now OJ's in jail.
He's getting out, I think, in a
No,
year.
he's getting out in a year, but yeah, it's for robbery.
Yeah, robbery.
What?
Oh,
No.
he's
Kidnapping.
also
Kidnapping
and robbery.
Yeah.
Both.
Now what does he do? What does he do?
They say he's going to come out. They said a close friend has said he's going to admit to the murder because he can't be tried for double jeopardy because he can't deal with the pressure anymore. That's the rumor.
So when he
But
comes
then,
out,
no, really?
yeah.
That's the rumor.
That's also calculated because it may be that he can then make money.
Who's getting for what?
I don't know.
Who's
being
going to
a
be like, oh, I'll take
sideshow.
that book?
Does he still get his pension? I think he does, but from the
I
NFL.
think all that's done. You can't kill people until you get pensions and shit.
Well, no, because he was found innocent, so he can.
But he's
But-
he's found guilty of robbery and kidnapping.
Well, he was
I
also
think
found-
that-
Wait a minute. He'll
I
make a
think
lot of money,
it
but
voids
there's still they
jurisdiction.
can still civilly sue him.
Well, he lost the civil suit, right? So he lost.
Yeah, he
$30
lost. That's why he's
million.
dead broke because he lost the civil suit.
Yeah, but then if he admits to this, everything that he capitalizes off of this murder will still go to the Goldmans
Yeah.
and the Browns.
Like his Heisman, they sold a while ago.
yeah,
He
but that
don't
didn't
have
make shit. I think they got like $30 for that piece of
$30.
shit. Yeah, and then
it's
they
in my
melted
house.
it.
Yes, I
Isn't
paid.
that amazing? Society will turn on you, boy, when you're a shithead.
You can't kill
You get
people. You're
found
fucking
out.
right to
Yep.
turn on you.
Yep. When you
Look at poor Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. What else you got, Ev?
Unless you want to add anything about the Cavs game last night, Game 7. That was a pretty
You a
wild game.
basketball fan?
And I was going to take my son to Game 7. I took him to Game 7, OKC, Golden State.
a great game.
And that was a great game. And my son called it. He said, he said this at the beginning of the series that Cleveland was going to take it, and he stuck by his word. I owe him $320. I bet him $320. I don't know why it's $320, but that's what we bet. But he did not want to go to the game because he said he didn't want to cheer for the Cavs in Golden State.
Legit point.
But I was literally going to take him because I wanted to go to this game so bad. I was like, "Let's go, Joe. I can get third row right now. Let's go watch this game."
He didn't want to do it.
He didn't want to go.
Dude,
Crazy.
What a fucking game.
What
Talk
an
about-
amazing game.
But for LeBron, it just brings. I mean, you got to talk. He's in top 5. greatest of all time now.
That to me solidified, top 3 for me.
Top 3.
Honestly,
and
top
like
3.
all the shit people talk. Oh, he goes away in the 4th.
Nah.
He never shows up.
Nah.
Blah blah blah. He beat the greatest team of all time record wise. I think the '93 Bulls beat the fuck out of him. Anyways,
Yeah.
statistically record wise, Golden State's the best team of all time. He beat them. Basically put the team on his back, scored back-to-back 40-point games. They said even if the Cavs lost, he was still going to win MVP.
Bro, like a
Damn.
not like a man. The way he played Game 7 was the most. When he did that block on, I think it was the Iguodala, right?
No, he blocked Steph Curry again.
Yeah.
Remember that when he?
No.
Oh,
I'm talking about
when he
Game
pinned
7 when he pinned the ball
Yeah,
up
yeah.
against. That to me solidified his greatness because he literally knew if that ball would have went in, I think that would have been the game changer.
But do you remember when
because
he-
that fast break was like it was
Nuts.
like there was the last minute. It was like or the last 2 minutes
Yeah.
of the game or something like that. I
Do you
forget.
remember when he blocked Steph Curry's shot?
Oh,
Just
yeah.
Kadoosh. And
Yeah.
when you look down, my thing with LeBron is he's never had that tenacity like Jordan or Kobe.
Yeah.
Just that fucking
Yeah,
mean
fire,
streak,
fire.
mean streak.
Yeah.
But when he fucking batted that ball away and looked at Curry, I'm like, there it is.
There it is.
There we go.
That's
but
what you
then when
need.
there was 10 seconds left and he went up and got hit and was
Yeah.
down on the ground, like, for sure, get up though.
Yeah.
You don't milk it. Get
Oh,
up.
man.
Yeah.
He made the free throw to go up by 4, which is, I mean, when you're talking about Curry and Thompson, 3's not shit to them. So going
Yeah.
to 4 is a complete game changer.
Yeah.
It was nuts, man.
As a guy
I was
who
happy,
watched,
man.
and as a guy who doesn't watch a lot of basketball, I felt like those teams genuinely had animosity. But is that just competitive shit?
There's no animosity. It's more like,
A lot of
I'll tell you
talking
who I was
shit.
disappointed in was Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Because he was the golden child, couldn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Even my dad was like, I love this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, this light-skinned fella. He's so nice. And he's great. And then as soon as the going gets rough, he's throwing his mouthpiece in the crowd. His wife is on Twitter talking shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, man.
Yeah.
Welcome
Lose
to the lovable
gracefully.
Steph Curry.
Yeah.
gracefully.
And also really didn't show up this series.
Yeah, he didn't show up at all.
When it counted. And
Okay, 'cause-
even when his team was winning, they would show him on the sideline not that happy.
Not happy.
Because he's not getting his.
But here's okay, and you said greatest team of all time statistically, but we have to say record. We have to say regular season.
Yeah.
greatest team of all
If you
time.
don't win the championship, it doesn't
but
matter.
if you don't win that championship, it's Chicago Bulls. Their record still stands.
100%.
That's how you become the best team. I said that to my son. Unless you win a ring, it's nothing.
No, it doesn't matter.
Look at Jim Kelly. It's like
It does not
the
matter.
greatest.
Ask Dan Marino.
Great, yeah, but I mean
Ask
the
Charles
Buffalo
Barkley.
Bills. Look at the Buffalo Bills. They went
agree.
4 times, man.
agree.
But his greatness is 6 finals, NBA finals. With was that how many teams was that?
What do you mean?
No. He went to 6 finals.
He went
LeBron went 6 finals and won 3.
2 with the Cavs, right?
Yes.
3 with the Miami.
and
then
this one.
Yeah.
Oh no, he went twice with the Cavs, and I
that's
think
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Twice with the Cavs, 3 with Miami, and then once before.
With the Cavs. And to me, it's like that is greatness. It's like you are literally the reason why these teams went to the finals. You
100%.
single-handedly, LeBron James are the only reason why you're in the finals. And to me, that's great.
And I'm the biggest LeBron fan. He's my favorite player.
Yeah.
I'm so glad they won. The only kind of twist with that, they still had the highest payroll out of any NBA team.
Yeah, that's true.
A little weird.
But I mean, I
Because
don't
he
think
brings on Kevin Love and all these guys. Where Golden State was created organically through the draft.
Yeah, through the
They
draft.
didn't bring on like LeBron campaigns for guys to sign with the team, which is a little weird.
goes to dinners and stuff like especially with
That was
the
always
Heat.
a knock on the Yankees versus the Mets or someone else. The Yankees had so much money that they could buy all the superstars.
Tell me about it. They bought all my players. The Yankees literally destroyed the Mariners, and
Yeah.
it used to
They would
piss me
just
off.
buy-
They took
have more
all
money,
my players.
But
Yeah.
it's different. Be like all the NBA teams have money. The players
okay.
can go where they want. But LeBron's like, come here, let's have dinner.
Yeah.
But like Jordan never did that. What? If you were good, Jordan's like, fuck you. Go on the other team. See
Yeah.
what
We're
happens.
gonna beat you anyway.
LeBron's like, ooh, come over here. So
I do love that about Chicago because if you look at all of Jordan's championship teams, it was just him and Scotty. That's it. Those were the only 2.
I disagree.
Rodman.
Because you had Harper, you had Rodman.
But those were all role players.
they were role players.
they
But remember Harper before he came to the Bulls
was on the Cavs.
and he averaged 20 points a game and was kind of a star.
Yeah, but he knew his role when he came to Chicago. He wasn't.
no choice.
He wasn't the franchise player
No, not
of
at
any
all.
team.
But I'm saying he went from 20 to like 3 points a game.
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna play with Jordan, we don't have enough balls, man.
Because this is what I loved about Jordan. I say this, oh God, I'm not even a sports guy. I just but I love how Michael Jordan would walk on the floor, and it didn't matter who was great at that time. It could be David Robinson, it could be Charles Barkley. The minute Michael walked on that floor, everyone kind of just
They
knew
backed
the
down.
role. It was like, all right, I'm Charles Barkley, and I'm right here.
But he's another guy where they said he was so competitive it ruined his like if there was Twitter or social media around when he was coming up, we would not look at him the same. They said he was so competitive it affected his personal life to the 10th power.
Yeah.
Because like Scotty, I guess, hooked up with a famous girl. I think it was Madonna. Don't quote me on it. But he hooked up with a famous girl and Jordan was going after her. But because Scotty got to her, like they had a fight in practice the next day. And he wouldn't pass him the ball for like 2 weeks.
Yeah. Somebody beat him
Hey,
in the
man.
pool. Somebody beat him in the pool. He wouldn't talk to him for three days, one of his teammates.
I can't have friends like that. It's exhausting.
Yeah, that is exhausting.
But they say even now, like he's running Jordan, he has his team flying on a private jet. The rule is, it doesn't matter if it's 2 a.m, 4 a.m, whatever time. If Jordan's up, everyone else has to be up. No one's allowed to sleep. So if he's like, hey, I can't sleep, wake up, bitches. Everyone has to be up. There's music on. There's video games. There's food. You have to be up when he's up.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, Michael.
hate
No, I'm joking.
I hate.
Hey, Michael,
people
how about I
like
wait
that.
till you fall asleep and piss in
He's
your
a
mouth?
I hate people like that. They're just suppressive energy. They have to be on top. They can't have real relationships.
It's weird,
It's
right?
always I'm up here and you're down. That's a suppressive person. You should get the far away.
I
Yeah,
don't
man.
think you get to that
Far
level
away.
without having, because most people I know that are that great, all
There
of them
are
are like
people.
that.
Yeah.
There are people. That,
Yeah, man.
All of them are like that.
Yeah.
The ones I personally know, they're like that.
Social skills are out the door. It's all
It's all
gone.
about them.
It's all about
and if
them.
It's not about them and their mission. See ya.
Yep. That's their level of greatness, man. But
Because you have to be so selfish
Vacuums,
and
big vacuums.
engulfed in your own world.
A lot of actors
and you're
are
like
like that.
this.
A lot
Yeah.
of stars are like that. I've seen that with a lot of. Yeah.
But do you feel that way when you see LeBron grab the ball with the last second?
I
Do you
do.
do you feel like
You know,
like
I-
Michael Jordan when he grabbed the ball with the last second?
I
Did you like when I saw Michael Jordan get the ball the last second? I was like, he's gonna
He's
win.
gonna win. No,
He's
I
gonna
don't
win.
feel like that with LeBron.
Yeah, I don't either.
LeBron, I'm like,
I do too.
let's make it.
I do too. This game 7, he had the ball, and I was like, oh God, get it out of your hands.
Because we've seen him lose
I swear to
before.
God, yeah.
It's like, oh God, give it to Kyrie. Because they don't win if Kyrie Irving doesn't show up.
Yep.
Yeah. Kyrie, you could argue, should have been MVP.
Yeah, that shot.
Kyrie was amazing. If he doesn't show up, they don't win, man.
I got another one for you. You ready? I was shitting on Kevin Love that whole game, right?
It's the only game he showed up, though.
No, the whole game, I thought he was. I didn't really think he was that good. I mean,
better.
He wasn't like the money that he's making big for the final. But when they did the switch, the pick, and Kevin was on Steph up high at three,
D'd him.
I was like, it's over. I'm like, Steph is gonna hit this shit.
Oh no,
Kevin didn't bite one fake. He didn't bite one fake.
His contract was on the line.
On the line.
We've never seen him play.
Not one time. And by the way, Olay defense with Kevin Love. But at that moment, he didn't bite one time, and Steph was faking him.
Nothing.
Didn't bite once.
Hardest I've ever seen him try.
And you could tell he wanted that three. He was trying to get Kevin to jump, and he didn't. Not one time, and stuck him. And then
him up.
I was like, okay, Kevin, all right, you get it. You get it right here.
As great as LeBron is, I still get a little bit of that egocentric kind of attitude from. If you saw who's the reporter dying of cancer, and they finally had him do the
Sage. Sager. What's his name? Craig Sager.
What is it? Craig Sager, who's
yeah.
amazing, right?
Yeah.
If you see other athletes with him, they're like, hey, the whole he's the guy who wears the funny suits. He's been around the NBA forever.
Oh, can I say something about Craig Sager?
Go ahead.
I love Craig Sager because he is the reason why black players stopped wearing those funny suits.
Because they saw how ridiculous.
They saw how ridiculous they
look. When a white guy wears it,
I'm not even joking.
You look terrible. Yeah.
It was
the craziest.
It was during that time where all the NBA players were wearing like red suits with like a black cummerbund and pink shoes.
Crocodile.
Yeah. And then Craig started wearing it, and they were like, "You look stupid, motherfucker.
You look fucking terrible." It's like, you dress like this. Yeah. Anyways, he keeps it up. He has cancer. It's not good. He's probably going to die within the year.
Yeah.
It's not looking good.
No.
Either way, they've had so many players he interviews, and he'll ask him, like, how'd you feel tonight? And like, I felt fine. It's not about me. It's about Craig. Dude, I'm so glad you're back. Popovich and him have always had their differences.
Yeah.
And Pop was like, dude, I love seeing you. We've had our differences. You're the best. Good luck. He interviews LeBron at the finals. LeBron goes, I'm just glad you're around to witness the greatness and be a witness of this while seeing the locker room.
No, he didn't say that.
Mm-hmm. Basically.
In his defense, it might have just been
witnessed this.
Heat of the moment, excitement.
Oh, you're talking about a guy who grew up with a camera in his face? You're talking about the guy who you're defending.
You're talking about a guy. Perfect.
You're talking about a guy who does 1,000 interviews after every game.
Yeah, it just
guy dying of cancer. I'm glad you're here to witness this. We'll see you later.
In a heightened state, I don't know.
I can't defend that. LeBron James, who does, he's the top 3 most interviewed athletes on the world.
Yeah.
You don't get a pass from me.
Yeah.
You just don't. From the guy dying of cancer. You just don't.
But he seems to be very much liked, LeBron, as opposed to someone like Kobe and Michael.
No.
Really?
Oh my God.
Really? He's not?
You want to take a piss break?
So LeBron
He's
is
the most
not.
hated athlete.
What?
Maybe in the world.
LeBron is?
You know how much hate that guy gets?
Why is
Brian,
that?
I don't give a fuck about basketball. And if you were to be like, Evan, what athlete do you hate the most? Like, LeBron James.
Everyone
But wait. So because he's great, or because he's
because
kind of
what he did.
antisocial
It's what he did with his greatness. It's how he switched. It's how he fucked Cleveland.
Went to my. He's
but
the most hated athlete.
I'm saying as a teammate, do his teammates like him, or do they just respect and fear him? I
don't think anyone fears him. He's not like Kobe.
Right.
But as
That's
far
what
as
I mean.
the public.
No. But I'm saying people who know him. So with Kobe, guys like Barry Bonds, you would hear a lot of athletes who played with him. They didn't really. His own teammates didn't like. You talk to his teammates, people who play with Kobe.
Barry? Are you talking about Barry or Kobe?
Never got close to Kobe. Never got close to Barry.
You wanted to play with Kobe.
That's what I'm saying.
But with LeBron, it's more like a lot of people don't respect him. It's weird. He doesn't have the respect.
Yeah.
He's probably the most hated athlete in the world.
Well, I guess LeBron isn't as loved as...
I love him.
I love him, too.
Cleveland loves him.
And I have love for him.
Joe loves him.
I love him.
I don't get the hate. I mean, I get it because some people think, You know what the problem is, and we'll get off after this. Everyone in my demographic compares him to Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Hey, man, he's his own.
Yeah, he is his own.
Because if you hold on to that Michael Jordan fantasy, you're going to compare, because LeBron's the greatest right now, so you compare the two, and you can like both. You can like both. You don't have to hate LeBron because you grew up with MJ. That's where it comes from.
Do you think Kobe Bryant falls in that Larry Holmes syndrome, where he how Larry after Muhammad Ali kind of fell off, Larry kind of carried the throne, but no one liked him because everyone loved Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, it is
and
weird.
it had to be another fighter to beat Larry Holmes to take that, and it was Mike Tyson.
True.
You know what I mean? Do you
good
think
point.
Kobe is that? Because Kobe is amazing.
Oh, top
Amazing.
5 for sure.
Or top 2.
Bro, that team, when he won his 5th championship, that team was shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good, but it wasn't better than the teams that were out there. I personally, it's just Kobe was just amazing at that point.
Weird. Yeah, Kobe really.
But no one really recognizes
The
that.
Mamba, man.
No one really recognizes that. Like,
We're in LA.
I didn't finally start liking, because I'm that guy. I was that guy that was so in love with Kobe, so in love with Michael that everything that Kobe did, I would just go, Michael used to do that.
Because you can.
Oh, Michael did that. Michael chewed his gum like that.
Michael's
Michael talks
gone.
at the press conferences like that. He's just being Michael. And that was me. And then I kind of like neglected his greatness.
So
you know,
good.
because he was so good, man.
The way I think you delineate is you say who is on your team all time. You have one pick. Is it Michael or Kobe?
It's Michael.
It's
Yeah.
Michael.
And
That's not an argument.
I'm sorry. Can you
No
answer
one says that.
what's our second pick?
But I'm saying
that was
that
the
would
worst
mean
fucking
Michael-
question ever.
that would mean Mike is still number 1.
Well, no, we
Of
know that.
always.
No, everyone says he's number 1. No one disagrees.
Never.
It'd be who'd be number 2.
It's number 2. What's your
no one in
second
the
pick?
world's gonna be like Kobe.
Well, then who's number 2? Is it
Hey,
Kobe
no
or is-
one ever goes. My first pick would be Pistol Pete Maravich. Like no one does that.
I'll
It's
take
always
Jerry West, number 1 pick.
Old school guys. But for forwards, right? Is that what we're talking about? You got to do it by position, right?
No, it's the. What are you fucking
Hey, bro,
talking about?
You're digging deep. Forwards?
What are
They're
you
not-
doing?
They're not forwards.
He's not. Point guard?
Let's go to fan questions.
Yeah.
Guard, huh?
Goddamn kid.
All right.
I don't
We're
know.
talking power forwards.
I mean power forwards, right?
No.
Who? What? So they
Hey,
were
why
considered
throw
guards.
details?
Brian, look at my face.
Hey, why
What's
throw
going
details
on?
if you don't
Wouldn't you
know it,
have
though?
to be? But wouldn't you? What? Don't you delineate by
Let's
position?
just stop. Let's
But
just
you delineate by position, right?
So which position
Neither
are
of
you?
those guys are forward.
Okay, they're guards. Okay, so if you had
Let's
guards,
just stop, please.
Right?
No, I feel sick.
Yeah.
Fan questions, Devin, to come.
Yes, let's go with it.
We got some
you
good
guys.
ones.
All right.
fuck off.
First question.
Good God.
God damn it.
First question. Joe, do you have any interesting stories from your current college circuit tour?
I kind of stopped doing colleges.
Is it a rougher crowd? Why'd you stop?
I just it's not fun. It became work, and I didn't care how much money they were paying. I just
They're distracted. They're not as.
I don't know what
either,
it's not like when I was a kid, when I first started stand up, when I was like 19, 20, like I loved doing colleges. Like it was fun. I would pick that over a club any day. But now it's like I don't know what's going on over there. It's not fun. It feels like work, and there's these set of rules, and I'm like, well, isn't that what college is? Not to have rules anymore and
supposed
be
to
your
be-
own person and become your own identity. I feel like everyone's being molded at a
Well,
college
you're
now.
supposed,
and-
supposed to be a safe place for ideas, and it's the farthest thing from that.
farthest
now.
thing,
You know,
and I'm
you-
not having fun anymore. So it's to the point where I'm literally turning down big number gigs.
So you have
to
to like
just-
censor yourself. You're saying
Yes,
more with college.
yes.
Oh, it's beyond censor.
Colleges are
It's not even
impossibly
fun.
politically
Really?
correct. You can't do, and I don't care because I will, but you have to be so careful not to trample on people's sensibilities, quote
Yeah.
unquote.
Fuck you, it's a
'Cause they
comedy
have
show.
safe rooms.
It's a
comedy
They have
show.
safe rooms.
I
dude.
don't get
You
it,
don't
man.
go to those if you're fucking sensitive. Annie.
It's an intolerant part of the world.
That's a bummer,
Very
man, 'cause they're
intolerant.
missing out.
Yes.
Yeah, they are. Oh, I love that you said
Yeah,
that, man.
they're
They
missing
are
out.
missing
If
out.
you teach
You're
yoga-
missing out on all the goodness.
If you do an accent,
Even Rogan says that. Rogan says it's the golden age of comedy. And you could have these comics coming to your town, your college campus, and now they're saying, fuck it, because you guys won't let them be themselves.
No.
if you do an accent, you can be accused of cultural
I would
misappropriation.
Yeah.
piss on the professor that came and told me not to do it.
Well, these professors, a lot of
With an
professors like
accent.
these gender studies professors that are controlling the debate, they're not people who live in the real world. They're intolerant. They're more interested in power than changing the conversation. In my
I
opinion.
think I always say this, and I've said it a couple times. It's modern day magicians. I feel like people that like to say don't do this, don't do that, is because they personally love to do it.
Oh yeah.
And they don't want anyone to know that they do it.
Or they never-
When the
or
doors
they-
are closed,
yeah.
they're saying every N word, F word, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But when they're in public, they want to make sure that that's bad.
Yeah.
Don't you do that. That's horrible. That's blah.
Because
Because
usually
they,
how it works.
but
it's
also-
even like the people are super anti-gay.
oh God,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
they're on the fence.
Are you worried that dicks are delicious? Like,
Oh,
why
no.
are you so anti-gay?
No,
Why
or
the-
they know
what
that
the
dicks
fuck
are
do you-
delicious.
Yeah, why
Yeah.
the fuck do you care?
But Rogan and I have talked about this, and he's talked about this at length. But I will say also this: when you see the professors behind these movements where they're trying to control how you speak, what you say in the bedroom, the idea that you have to give verbal consent. So
Yeah.
now you're controlling how I speak, because if you don't give verbal consent, you can't leave it up to human beings to figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm going to fuck you now. Is that okay? Can I get a verbal thing? Can I get an app on my phone that says yes or whatever?
Say it into the mic, girl.
Now,
Yeah.
And the mic's my dick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now
I have a GoPro
might
on
be
my
accused
balls.
of rape or whatever. But if you look at the people that are doing this, the people that are actually leading the charge,
Yeah.
they don't get laid.
No.
You can very
No.
quickly look at them and go, "Ooh, you've had a tough
Excuse
time
me,
getting
sir.
laid."
You know what kind of road work I had to put down to convince this girl to sleep with me?
Yeah, yeah.
Now I got to get her fucking sign a
Yeah.
letter of intent?
Yeah.
Fuck
And
you.
they're not making the world safer. They're not making the world better. They're not making the world more rape free. They are more interested in control, domination,
fun police.
and they are intolerant people. Just like any other movement, people that are at the spearhead of a lot of movements are pretty unreasonable.
Yeah. Unreasonable and miserable.
What
They're
else you
very
got,
miserable.
Ev? Fuck you, college professors.
A lot of them, yes.
All right, next one we've talked about this guy on the show before. What do you think about the newly elected president of the Philippines, President Duterte?
I know.
You two are from there.
More him than me, for
Yeah,
God's
you
sake.
two are
Yeah,
from
man.
there. Affects
You're-
both of
yeah.
you. Why are
In
you
fact, you were born in his hospital.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, it's his
Don't
name
link
that's
me
on the
up
front of
with
that
that.
In fact,
hospital.
he texts you sometimes.
Yeah.
He's
Hey, let's kill somebody.
Yeah. He's basically alluded to the fact that he himself is.
No, that's what I'm saying. Did you see the
he
interview
did.
where he
Yeah,
said he
he
killed
did.
somebody
Oh,
and
yeah.
then he had to think about it? I think it was Tuesday last week. I'm like, did this motherfucker say?
He's a gangster.
Let's
Did
take
you
all,
really
let's
just
take
think
all
about
the
it?
criminals and all the people that essentially I don't like, kill them and throw them into the
Kill
Philippine-
them.
the Manila Bay or something.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Hitler? Let's take
Yeah.
it easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a sharp profile, another demagogue who doesn't shy from violence.
But that's what
I've
happens
been
when you
meaning
have
to tell-
poverty.
I've been
You-
meaning to talk to you guys. Probably lay low from the Philippines for a little bit.
I was gonna say.
Probably
Nope.
don't go there for a little
Oh,
bit.
man, I'm here trying to promote tourism, and it's a beautiful country. Just
Head on
down.
Why don't you wait? Why don't you wait after this dictatorship?
Yeah.
How long is he in office for?
Man, it's
Is it whatever there?
Might be
The
4 years.
Marcos were there for a long time,
Yeah,
and
they
then
were, yeah.
and then the Kinos. I think they just switched families. You know,
when
it's-
Aquino was on his way back to the Philippines, I remember he said, "If I die, I die," and I believe they killed him when he got off the plane.
Yeah.
he got
He said,
shot.
I die,
right there.
die. Well, cool.
but then
man.
his wife was in office, and you know,
Imelda
then-
Marcos had so many shoes. Look up how many pairs of shoes Imelda Marcos had.
Melda.
What kind
Marcos-
of shoes we
Marcos.
talking though?
Oh, dude, she
Kind
had
of like the bamboo one.
We're talking Nordstrom
her
rack, man.
country
It
was
was
in poverty, and she had something like $2 million worth of shoes or more. It
yeah,
was,
it was something ridiculous, and it was an
Louis
air conditioned
Vuitton.
room.
It was Brennan Schaub shit.
Well, I don't have that many shoes.
But you would if you could. Now, at the end
Not
of the
that
day,
many.
let the people starve. My feet need something new every day.
That's fucked up.
Let the people starve. Let them eat cake.
It was something ridiculous.
Yeah,
It
she
was
had a ton.
She said that she had 1,060 pairs of shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of shoes.
Yeah.
she had an entire wing dedicated to her
She-
shoes.
She and Marcos, what was his first name? They were shitheads. You know, typical
So
dictators.
that's what they think about him. What else you got, Ev?
All right, next question we'll do. Okay, in Asian culture, becoming a comedian isn't necessarily a common path. How did your family react to this decision, and what motivated you to seek this uncommon path?
Especially during my time, because my mom's whole goal was to get to America, to get, you know what I mean, to get out of poverty and make sure that her children didn't live the life that she lived. So it was kind of like when we get to the States, please get a secure job, go to college,
Yeah.
and become a nurse, because every Filipino's a nurse. And
They're damn good too.
yeah. Oh, they're
So
amazing
friendly.
nurses, man. Yeah. And I didn't want to follow those footsteps. I didn't want to be a nurse. I didn't want to be a mailman. And I pursued stand-up comedy.
Killing it.
Yeah.
Smart choice.
And everyone in my family are nurses and mailmen. And I was like, Mom, believe me, I need to do this. I need to chase this dream.
What
of
are your
mine.
what percentage of your audience is Filipino or from that area?
When I play, say, San Francisco, I mean, I got a huge demo though. It's pretty cool. I think Chelsea has blessed me with this other demo, and Adam Carolla has blessed me with another. And my Comedy Central special gave me something. But my race, my ethnicity, I should say, is brought me this Filipino demo, and it's pretty cool. But I'd have to say about 40%. I think about 40%. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, that's why I'm able to do the amount of shows that I can do. So I don't want to say anything bad about it. Like, I think a lot of people get mad. Like, I don't just.
You're also funny.
It's not just Filipinos that come to my show.
No, you're also funny. You're Jo Koy because you're funny, and it's not. Even if you weren't Filipino, you'd still be selling the fuck out of tickets.
Thank you.
I don't think anyone gives a fuck that you're Filipino.
No.
Funny's funny.
I don't think
I don't give a
Filipino,
fuck black, white,
funny.
Asian.
Yeah.
You don't sell tickets by your race.
Thank you. I always try and say that. I always try to say funny's funny, man. It's like
funny. It doesn't matter, man.
Yeah.
If you're not funny, they don't give.
And you've gotten bigger and bigger, so it's.
I love it. I love it when people go, "Oh, it's the accent." That's it. I'm like, no, it's not the accent. When I do my mom, it's what my mom did is what people are laughing at and identifying with. It's like when my mom recorded me with a videotape to tell me I had sleep apnea. It's not the accent that's funny. It's the fact that she really fucking recorded me. In a black, those old cameras that would be black light. It'll be night vision.
Green.
You got to see the video. It's fucking funny.
Stop
But
drinking.
thank
Stop
God
breathing.
she did it because I went and got tested for my sleep apnea because of that.
Because you stop breathing.
Oh my God, man! I still it's so bad.
I may have that problem.
Do you have to sleep with a mask on?
I wear a full mask. I look like Bane.
You
from
look like
Batman.
Darth Vader. Just
Bane because it's the
my
straps
dad
that go
wears
over
that
the
shit.
head like this
My dad wears that shit.
and you fall asleep to that every night.
every night. Now that I wear the mask.
Why do we have
That's
that?
sexy.
What is that?
I think it's a mental thing,
Said
man.
whatever.
I don't know, man, because I just stopped breathing. I just do not fucking breathe. And then I wake myself up. I do this. This is literally what I sound like.
Yeah, it's a bad.
like a fucking ghost is choking me.
Yeah.
I should every time I wake up, I should go like this. Help me.
Yeah.
Because someone's fucking killing me.
You can fucking have a stroke that way.
But
definitely.
Like my brother put on weight, like muscle, and he got it from put on weight.
Mm-hmm.
So he lost weight and doesn't have it as bad anymore.
I lost weight and it's worse. It's the worst shit. And then the guy gave me nose pillows.
Bulldog.
Check this shit out. They gave me nose pillows initially. The guy, he goes, here, put these on your nose, and that'll help you, right? So I had the nose pillows wrapped underneath my fucking
that's
nose.
comfy.
He had no idea I'm a mouth breather, so I'm choking like this. With something on my nose. Fucker came back in. You need the full mask. You need the full mask.
Let's go full base.
Yeah, let's go full mask. My bad. My bad.
Full mask.
Single. Hold on. Come on, girl. Let me put this on.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. I wear the mask, and then when she sees that, I go, just go to sleep. Just go to sleep. We're done here.
You think darkness is your ally?
Sometimes I take her in my
Dick
mask.
out. Jo Koy dick. What do you got, Ev? Last one.
All right. Hey, Joy, give Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen the best chicken head story you've got. You've got to have some epic 5-star clingers. # climbing out of window still drunk.
God damn it, man. Oh, God. Have you said yours?
Every show.
Oh, God damn it. I wish you would do one today. I'm
I'm all out of them.
What would be my
It's like
worst?
a 200th show.
What would be my worst one?
Or crazy. You
bet
Don't
some
have to be
crazy
worse.
You know what? I have to say my worst one would be... I don't even want to say these
can't
stories,
wait.
man. This is so disgusting.
Though,
Or
please.
awesome.
Does it involve poo?
This is how we relate to you.
Throw up.
Believe it or not, this is how we relate to you. We suck.
It was on... I can't do this. This is.
You can?
There's people listening, man.
all right.
Dude.
Nobody's
people,
listening to
come
this. Nobody
on.
listens to this
It's just the
podcast.
three of us. And then Kay and Evan. And then a bunch of
3.5 million.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
whatever.
maybe $3.5 million. Who cares? That's not a lot.
I'd have to say, I smelt it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and it was at the end of the show. Drunk.
Yeah.
Green room.
Yeah.
I'm not naming the club because people are gonna fucking pin it
I
down.
got you.
And
Been there.
Yeah.
Anything you've done, I've done worse. So keep going.
you promise? You promise?
Oh, for sure.
Anything you've done,
Don't lie to me,
I make
Brian.
you look like a Boy Scout. I promise.
Oh no, we've had comics tell you some
El
horrendous
dirtbag
stories.
over here.
So you're at a show.
Not
She
anymore,
comes to
but-
your green room.
Well, we start drinking first. The bar is attached to the club, like all clubs.
Yeah,
but
that's
this
all
one had like a specific bar. Like
Sure.
it was a bar.
Yeah.
separate from the club.
Okay.
And it's going well. But now I got the beer goggles on where I don't really give a fuck what she looks like at this point.
But she was decent even to engage in
I
a
don't
drink.
know. Probably
She
not.
wasn't a warlock.
Doesn't matter. He's a
Probably
comic. He's
not.
lonely. It's the end of the night.
Yeah, I'm about 4 Jamesons in.
You're in Oklahoma.
yeah.
As long as it doesn't have horns, you're good.
She had a hoof
Yeah.
and a horn.
And then we go back, and then I smelt it. It wasn't right.
Nothing nice.
No, it wasn't right. And I remember telling myself, yo, just get, like, you know how you're talking to yourself and you're like, just get the fuck out of here, man. There's plenty out there. But then I'm like, but then you're gonna have to work for it again, man. Like, let's just
That's where that laziness kicks in.
fucking go for it now, dude. It's done. Let's get it over with. And I fucking went for it, man. It was the stinkiest shit I've ever smelt in my life.
Really?
Look, I made her ill.
whole-
I
the
think
whole-
I
the
think
whole
I
room
just
smelled
won.
like
I
shit.
think it did, man.
There's nothing worse.
It smelled like wet sock foot, like
Yeah.
like the mildew sock.
How
like,
does she not smell that though? That's what's mind blowing.
bro, I don't know. That's what pissed me off because I
not
smelled
smell?
it.
All right. So if we're gonna get into
Smells
this,
like snuffleupagus asshole.
So if we're
like,
if we're gonna get into this, I'll tell you a story. All right. You want?
well, the question is,
No, but I mean, you'll appreciate it because
I felt so bad, dude. It stunk so bad. I remember not wearing my underwear. Like I was like, I'm gonna throw this shit away.
to get out of there so fast.
Yeah,
because
Because the juice on your dick would ruin the undies.
yeah, I think so.
that can
And
be
I
that
remember.
can be a
Burn
venereal
through like
disease,
SARS.
too. That a lot of times that can be something called.
Oh,
gonorrhea.
Jesus Christ.
Now one
You
time
might need to get tested.
One time, a girl, we were kissing, and God, this was so long ago. We're making out, and she pulls. I kind of pull her undies down, but now you know how there's that mid-sec point where they're like where her knees are, and I'm kissy,
You pulled her
and I look down, and
shit.
well,
What? Toilet paper.
things are
balls.
super
Pudding?
brown, super brown.
On her undies?
Yeah, I mean,
She had,
there's
she had
a-
shit
there's
marks.
a big old.
Wait, was it a
poo
thong?
It's,
Or was
here's-
it, were you talking, she had on like the booty shorts
No,
and it had
here-
the butt on
I
it.
wish it was a thong.
Oh, it was a
So-
thong.
I'm
so
not going to hold that
part-
against them.
that part
I
was-
am.
A
that
chocolate
part-
thong?
I am.
That thing's up.
I don't
not
give a
just that.
fuck,
I'm
man.
talking about
It looked like a Twix bar.
The pad of the area where
looked like a
her,
Twix.
where her
Which hole,
vagina
Brian?
was, where her vagina was
God.
very, very, very dirty.
I feel like a
It was
detective.
very dirty.
So it was a dirty.
It looked like a poo stain.
So she basically had a melted Twix bar in her undies.
That's right.
And then what happened?
But it was a thong, so they shouldn't have been there.
So then what happened?
And I went anyway because, of course, that's not
You're
going to stop
dirtbag,
me.
yeah.
Of course,
Yeah.
that's how guys are. Guys like
No, you know what you
What do you
said? You
think?
saw
That's
it.
not-
No, you saw it and went, well, those panties clean that.
Oh, God.
It's clean now. Thanks, panties. Now I can do my job.
Thanks for absorbing all the dirt.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's where you-
guys.
that's where
Hey, hey, my dick's
sorry.
going to go and get the rest of that. I'll be right back.
I'll be right back.
That's
I'll
where
take
you
some-
start- that's
I'll
where
take
you
some
think with
I
your dick.
may or may not take antibiotics afterwards. Roll the dice. Let's go.
Where can they, let's end on that. Joy, where can they find you, brother? You got something coming up?
At Jo Koy, my Instagram, and then I just shot my special, man. I did it. I paid for it, everything.
Where at?
I shot in Seattle, man. 2 shows at the Moore.
Sick.
It was great,
When's
man.
that dropping?
We're editing it right now, so hopefully by the end of end of July. Hopefully
Guaranteed
we'll.
to be hilarious.
Where do you know where you're gonna release it yet?
Have no idea where
What's
I
it
want to
called?
put it yet. I haven't named it yet either, man. I'm just excited that
Name it Brian Callen.
I was thinking about Bryan County or BC,
It'll be fun.
something like that.
And you have shows coming up, or you're taking a break after the special?
No, you know what? I think you're gonna love me for this. You ready for this one? Every year I fly all my son's cousins to Maui. Wow. So we go about 10 deep, all the kids.
Damn.
Yeah, all of them. And because I always told my sons, my ex, my son's mommy, I said, I don't want my son to feel the way I did because my mom and dad fought each other all the time that I didn't know any of my cousins. And my mom fought within the family, so I didn't know my cousins on her side. So it was just me and my sister growing up. And then not until we got older, then we met back up with our cousins again. You know what I mean? So I was like, my son is going to have I work hard and they're going to have the time of their fucking life every summer because I'm the one that's going to fucking do it.
Cool, man.
Yeah, and I fly them all out, man.
That's
Jo Koy's
brilliant.
not just funny; he's a great guy. You
The
bastard.
best.
Yeah, man. 2 weeks in Maui, I'll be there, man,
2
with
weeks.
these kids.
That's a
Yeah,
God
long
bless you.
fucking time.
yeah, man. We
Bless
do it.
you, sir.
It's fun, man.
Weeks.
What was your Instagram again? Where can they find you?
At Jo Koy, JOKOY. Oh, Mike, can I plug my pod?
Please.
The Koi Pond. It's with Corolla Digital. Koi Pond. Can you come on it, man?
Yeah, anytime you want.
Love Corolla, man.
Can you guys come on it,
Yeah.
please?
100%. You tell us when, brother.
All right, let's
I'm
go
there.
now.
Hey, come on, that's a little much.
Hey, welcome to the Koy Pod.
Come see me this weekend. Off the Hook Comedy in Naples. Never been to that club. It's a new club in Naples. 23rd, 24th, 25th.
That's Friday or Thursday,
Friday,
Saturday.
Saturday. Off the Hook.
And then
Comedy
Fire the
Club.
Kid Live is back. We're in Phoenix, Arizona, end of July. They're almost sold out. 2 shows. 1 show on Friday, 1 show on Saturday. Those bad boys are almost sold out. Get them now, tfatk.com. If you're listening to this right now, there might be backpacks and gym bags left. I'm not sure, but we just post them during the middle of the show. Go to tfatk.com for those dope-ass duffel bags and backpacks. And
Oh, can I plug one more thing?
Sure.
The Paula Casino. I'll be at the Paula Casino.
When?
It's like when I get back from Hawaii.
You can find it on your Instagram.
Yeah, jokoy.com. Go to
You have no problem selling
jokoi.com.
tickets.
Yeah.
Boom.
I love you guys.
tfatk.com for all your Fire the Kid needs.
Jo
This
Koy.
is the Fire the Kid. We're out.
Love it.